Hello everyone and welcome to IRC, and it is a Thursday night which we are here for round 3 as well then. Let me get up the old stream and we'll be getting going in just a few moments time as well. Gotta say, it's absolutely cooking out here today, isn't it? Oh, it's a bit, well, gotta say, well, it was cooking out here today, wasn't it? It was a bit moody earlier, wasn't it? Goodness me. I wonder if we're going to see some wet weather on the track as well. I think that we are in France there. Paul Ricard there is probably, of course, I do love Formula 1 and but there are some tracks on there that you probably don't look forward to during the season. One of them was probably Paul Ricard. But in terms of league entertainment, Paul Ricard is absolutely faboo. It really is, isn't it? So yeah, looking forward to this one. This one could be a cracker of a race. It really could indeed. Then, but yeah, we are just waiting to get going, and yeah, it's gonna be good stuff indeed. Then, of course, we have the usual standard format tonight. Then qualifying, and then the race itself. Of course, qualifying. We have the full qualifying session of qualifying 1, 2 and 3. 18 minutes for the first part of qualifying, 15 minutes for the second part of qualifying, and 12 minutes for the third part of qualifying. And then of course we have the race itself. Of course, I think there's 28 laps around here, thereabouts, I think. I really should have done my homework, really, shouldn't I? But oh well, there it is. But I never did my homework. I've never done my homework in my entire life, and actually in school I did. I was quite a nerd, but I don't know what's happened. I don't know what's happened to me since. I've become a bit of a well, a bit of a rebel kind of thing. But yeah, so this is going to be a cracking one tonight. And enough about my appalling education and all that kind of stuff, which everyone already knows about, don't they? Really, is yeah. If anyone's ever seen me trying to add 2 and 2 together, I usually come up with 8 or 9, don't I? Anyway, yes, but we are just about to get ready. Of course, we got a 5-minute delay, I think, as we're just waiting for 1 or 2 drivers to get themselves into the lobby, and then we'll get going. So yeah, looking forward to this one indeed. It's going to be good stuff. Sprint saying, evening Sean, welcome to my worst track as well. Gotta say, Sprint, I don't think you're the only one. There's a lot of people that are not really not a big fan of this circuit, are they? You can see it's very elongated, this track is, isn't it? Only 15 turns around this Paul Ricard circuit. It was on the calendar before it returned back in 2019 or 18. I think it's 2018 it returned on the calendar, which I got to say, it's great to have the French Grand Prix on the calendar, isn't it? It didn't feel right without the French Grand Prix, did it? It was 10 years, I think, between the last race in Monaco and the first race at Paul Ricard. But yeah, I do wish that it was back in Monaco, to be honest. That would be pretty cool, wouldn't it, really? Very difficult track indeed, then, isn't it? I've got to say, I love the fast chicanes of Monaco. Imola was a brilliant chicane as well. Of course, the very difficult long right-hander as well. I think it was called Estoril, wasn't it? Goodness me, I got to say, I hated that corner. It really got me every time, especially in qualifying. You'd think you can go quicker around it than what you actually could then, but yeah, of course, it was a good track as well. And of course, the Adelaide hairpin, I think it was, where a lot of action took place. Where Coulthard, it was showing Schumacher how to count to 1 as well, wasn't he? Back in 2000 as well. So you can see the French Grand Prix has got some amazing history, hasn't it? Hopefully Paul Ricard can produce something here tonight as well. Of course, we have a random calendar here tonight for IRC, which we do in well, we haven't. Well, of course we have it for this season, don't we? We have been to Australia, and now we went to Spain last time. So we've had 2 different pole sitters, and we've also had 2 different race winners as well. It has been it's been a good start, hasn't it? So far, T. Sammy winning last time out, and Maxi winning in Australia as well. Steve's been very much in the mix in both those races so far, hasn't he? In the driver's standings, and let's take a quick look at that then. It is Maxi who is leading the championship at this moment in time. He's had a much better start than this time last season, hasn't he? T. Sammy is second at the moment, and he is 4 points adrift then, the world champion. Third position is Steve. He has dropped down a position and 10 points back at the moment. Matt is holding station in 4th position. Sprint moving up 3 positions. He is now in 5th position. Fizzy, who is in 6th position there, he's on the steering wheel tonight, Fizzy is, so it's going to be a bit of a learning curve for him. I was not sure if it's a good track or not for the steering wheel, isn't it? I'm kind of in 2 minds there. It's like a car park, isn't it? But it can be a very difficult track at times, can it? But I got to say, every F1 track can be difficult, can it? And just make sure I'm in spectator. I think I am in spectator, and before I embarrass myself, which I have done several times over the course of my me commentating. But yeah, that's let's just say Brazil, one of them anyway. Yeah. anyway, going back to the championship, yeah, Fizzy in 6th position, and Roscoe moving up 6 positions. He is in 7th position right now. Lovely stuff indeed then. Harry dropping down 2 positions. Hogg moving up 6th position. Lovely stuff indeed there from the Renault driver. And Timmy completes the top 10. Penny has had a very good start to this season. He is on 6 points. Asdog, a bit difficult so far for him. He's down in 12th position. And PB completes the drivers that have scored so far, and that is 13 so far. The other drivers haven't scored yet. In the constructors standings, Ferrari have got an early advantage so far of 2 points in front of the Alfa Romeo team. We're expecting Alfa Romeo to be very dominating actually in this championship, but so far that's not been the case, has it? Asdog has had a bit of a false start, hasn't he? Haas dropped down 1 position in 3rd position, with the AlphaTauri team in 4th as well. McLaren moving up 1 position into 5th position, and Mercedes dropping down to 6th position as well. Red Bull moving up a position. They are now on 10 points. 8th position is Renault. They've also moved up from the bottom. Racing Point have unfortunately dropped right down to 9th. And 10th position is the Williams team, as they've yet to score a point. I'm sorry, I can't read your name there, but hello T Sammy the Beast. Indeed he is. Of course, he had 9 race wins. I think he's got 10 race wins in his IRC career now. Brilliant stuff indeed there for Sammy. Then he's had a very good career in IRC, hasn't he? T Sammy has. I gotta say, he's rewriting the history books, rewriting the headlines as each week progresses, doesn't he? In this league, then, and I gotta say, it's an absolute pleasure to watch him sometimes, isn't it, T Sammy? Well, most of the time, so it's good to watch all these guys, but it's very good to see him, to see T Sammy and Maxi and Steve as well battling at the front. I'm absolutely loving that. Anyway then, yeah, we are now into qualifying, as we said then earlier on then. So this is qualifying 1. We've got 18 minutes in this session, and look at how gloomy it is out there at the moment there. Talking of bad weather in France, and we just got to think back to 1999, I think it was, in that incredible race where Heinz Harald Frentzen won his first race for Jordan. I think he only won 2 races for Jordan here, actually, didn't he? I think it was Italy and France itself, wasn't it? Good stuff indeed there as JJ has left the session there. Obviously, he's not too happy with the weather forecast, so hopefully JJ can come back in a second. Then you might see, any eagle eyes out there might be seeing that we have a debutant here tonight, so that is Valentine. Then I hope I've said that right. So or is it Valentine? I'm going to say Valentine for now. And yes, good stuff indeed then, and I hope he does well tonight. He'll be driving the Mercedes team here tonight, Valentine, so good luck to him, and I hope he does well as well. Sprinters out straight away. I feel so far, as much as we were talking about sprint there, moving up competition in the championship there, what might have been so far for is the story of sprint in this season so far, isn't it? I feel it's been a tad unlucky, and let's see what we can do here tonight in France. And yeah, but anyway, going back to Valentine, yeah, good luck to Valentine tonight. I hope he does well, and yes, we'll be keeping an eye out for the Mercedes driver as well. Then we got 19 cars. Well, I've got 18 in the session at the moment. There's unfortunately the 19th car of JJ has wandered off somewhere, so he might have to get himself back in and get going again, hasn't he? So yeah, so Sprinter just coming down the back straight as well then here in France, and but yeah, it's looking gloomy. I wonder if people are going to be coming out of the pits now just to put a banker lap in, because I reckon that sky is very much threatening there, and we might see a sprinkling of rain there coming down onto the old tarmac here in Paul Ricard as well. Of course, if you're joining us tonight, and of course we do have a random calendar in IRC season 8, don't we? It really shakes things up, doesn't it? And really, yeah. So all these drivers, it's going to be the first time for a lot of these drivers doing a league race in races like this. Of course, we did start off in Australia down under, which is quite standard, really, isn't it? Then we went to Spain there, which I know a lot of people probably done, and now we've gone to France, and this is usually in the mid part. Well, this is the early stage of the season so far, isn't it? So very interesting stuff to say indeed then. Gareth Godkin saying good luck, Val, big pressure on Ritz tonight. Yeah, so yeah, good stuff indeed there. Of course, we just mentioned Valentino making his debut tonight as well. He's in the pits at the moment, Valentino, so he's not an early bird. Oh, Sprinter going wide then, but luckily he is on his way as well. Remember, track limits last year was absolutely horrific, wasn't it? Around here, of course, everyone the FI was just throwing the book at everyone, weren't they? Goodness me. No, there's more penalties than that football match. I can't remember what it is now anyway. anyway. More penalties that United get then as well. Oh, that's going to be controversial, isn't it? Now we're coming down the back straight as well. Then so sprint then it's going to be the first man then to post the time here tonight then. Well, there's two DR zones right here on the start finish straight and then on this back straight as well. As only the first part because we've got a chicane that breaks up the middle. Is it? We're on board sprint then, and he is down the back straight again. The sprint has been in Q3. Has been ever present in Q3 throughout this season so far. And there's JJ. He is just returning back in the session as well. Good stuff indeed there for JJ. Hopefully he can take hold of his car and get a qualifying time in as well. And so we'll keep an eye on what Spring can do as well. Also, another mention as well in terms of driver lineup, we've got Sven back in for a second race in a row there for Sven. Good stuff indeed then. So, Sven is replacing Woody again, and Woody, I think, had issues with the interwebs, didn't he? Not so long ago as well. So, Woody there missing another race, missing the second race in a row there. So, Sven, who took a back step, didn't he? Because he's a very experienced IRC driver, isn't he? He's been around for almost 5 seasons now, hasn't he? Spring goes fast at the moment, and of course, he is the first man to set time. He's done the 30.7 then at this stage of the proceeding so far. Then here comes Timmy then, and we've also got the second McLaren of Harry, who's also on track as well. I'm looking for a Alfa Romeo though, if possible. And here is Asdog then. We mentioned Asdog in the build-up there. He's been a bit off the pace, hasn't he, so far this season, hasn't he? Weather adds down, and he's also had a lot of bad luck as well. So let's see what Asdog can do. Well, we've got a bit of sunshine breaking through the clouds now, haven't we? So perhaps that I was very negative at the start of this race, started this session. I thought it was going to be raining. Well, I was completely wrong there, wasn't I? I've got to say, I feel like the real Formula 1 weather forecasters there. Timmy has gone second fastest over there. He's done a 29.7 now. It's almost identical to Asdog there. So nip and tuck there, isn't it? 5 thousandths of a second separates Asdog and Timmy so far. Penny is just moving to full position. Matt in 5th position in the second AlphaTauri. Lovely stuff indeed. And Sven is also posted time in the race end point as well. And he is in 6th position at the moment. And they're coming through thick and fast. And Hogg then, a very good start to this season, I feel then, and hopefully he's got more to build on as well. And that Renault, the Renault is suiting him right down to the ground, isn't it? Good 7 deep there for Hogg. He is currently third fast at the moment there in the Renault. Lovely jubbly indeed then. Harry then is we've got 2 Mercedes in front of us as well. We've got Fizzy and Valentine there. Valentine is on the medium tyres. That's an interesting curveball there for Valentine. I wonder if he's just trying to get to grips with the track there and maybe just put on a durable tire, or is he got some very strong pace around here, and perhaps he doesn't need to go onto the soft tyres then. And Harry then coming through the final turn, so he goes third faster, and he's about 7/10 of a second away from his teammate there. I've got to say, I'm quite happy with that. That's a very quick math in my head there. I'm really impressed with that at all. Valentine on the go. So it's Fizzy as well. And we've got Snap, who is just in the middle part of the course as well. Maxie's invalidated his time now, so he is unfortunately not going to be able to continue that lap. And he is going to have to come back. Well, he's going to have to do another run then. Here goes Rizzle6 in the Sebastian Vettel Ferrari. And here he is as well. Timmy has just moved up to faster so far on board Rizzle6 with the 2000 plus helmet of Michael Schumacher there. Of course, I think he introduced that helmet. I'm sure he introduced it around Canada time, didn't it? I was hoping that someone would tell me last week, but no one did. So I might just be making it up then, which is might be. Which probably more or less wouldn't surprise a lot of you, because I do make up a lot of things really. So here comes Rizzle6 there, current to line end. He is gone into 9th fast mode. He is the slowest of the times that have been posted so far. I gotta say, Rizzle6 so far has been a bit unlucky, I feel, because he has got some pace, hasn't he? He's definitely he's a completely different driver to how he's driving the car this season. He's been really good, Rizzle6 has. So I'm hoping that he can put his bad luck to one side and get going out there. Here comes Valentine then in his debut tonight, and he's on the medium compound tyre. Of course, we'll talk about the tyre compounds in just a few moments time as well, but Valentine coming across the line, and he's done a 31 now on the medium tyre as well. Good 70 then. What about his teammate Fizzy? Remember, Fizzy is on the wheel tonight as well. It's a very tough ask, isn't it, for Fizzy? He's done a 32 222 recurring then. Maxi is back on a lap at the moment, and Maxi's already on a pole, but no, he hasn't had a pole position. I beg my pardon. He hasn't had a pole position yet, Maxi. I think, can he break his duck then? Here's not in the Charles Leclerc car, and here he comes then. He's into the final part of the lap as well. There's only 15 turns around here, isn't there? There's not as many as the new track in Vietnam, of course, which would have been the third round of the championship if we had an official calendar. And he comes out the final turn now then. Let's see what he can do then. And then Maxi coming into line. And goodness me, this looks a very fun, very competitive time. And wow, it is a competitive time. Great stuff indeed there from Maxi. He is 4 tenths of a second in front of Timmy at the moment in the Ferrari. Good stuff indeed there from Maxi. Lovely stuff. Here comes the champion, T-Sammy, with, I think he described it as his vegetable helmet, didn't he, really? I was thinking it was more of a lime green helmet there, but yeah, T-Sammy the champion, and of course there with 10 race wins now in IRC, and he is coming down the back straight as well. Let's see what he can do then. A 29.3 right out of the gates there from Maxi, and of course Maxi, his first season in the IRC last season, I feel he had an up and down season, didn't he? He really struggled to begin with, didn't he? I think he missed a couple of races right off the bat, didn't he? He participated in Australia, then he didn't drive in a couple of races, did he? And then he came back, and I think he was very much either right at the sharp end of the field, but unfortunately having some unlucky displays there, like Italy, for example, where it all just went absolute pot there, didn't there? There were shenanigans all over the show, wasn't there? And of course Steve there, who won, I would have said, well, at that point the best race of IRC there, but it became the second best, didn't it? Because Fizzy decided to go one better in Japan, didn't he? Fantastic stuff. Of course, T-Sammy was a star of that show as well. He is currently Phil fast moment. T-Sammy, the qualifying is not his strongest bag though, is it? As into the pits there comes Maxi as well. Roscoe is on track now. We've also got another AlphaTauri out there who is just about to complete his lap then, but Roscoe is the man who's on quick lap so far, so we'll keep an eye on what Roscoe do as he climbs over the curbs as well, and he is coming over the grid hatchings to finish his lap. And is this going to be competitive? Well, there's a couple of finish lines over there, isn't it? He goes second fast and stops himself in between Timmy and Maxi then. It's lovely stuff indeed then. Well, what's he done? Well, no, he doesn't, because Steve's done a third, a 29.2 there, hasn't he, Steve has? Steve's been really threatening in terms of his pace lately, hasn't he? And last season, he was really a great out season. This season, can he go one better? Double has gone 15 fast, lovely stuff indeed there. JJ is also coming to the session as well then. So we'll talk about the rules of qualifying one in just a jiffy. But before we do so, let's see what JJ can do. He is in 15 fastest. And as that stands, he is out of qualifying one at the moment. So if we are aiming to line up the bottom 4 cars in this session, which is Double, Rizzle, Fizzy and PB, who I gotta say, I think he's got a permanent qualifying ban, hasn't he, PB? As we don't see him much in qualifying, do we? Unfortunately for us and PB fans, really, because we'd love to have a little watch and to see what his pace is out there. But yeah, so it's a bit unfortunate that we don't see PB in qualifying as much as we would like there, but we do. But I'm sure that we will get to see a lot of him in the race, so don't worry about that, PB fans. He'll be, oh goodness me, is that Mercedes come straight out of the pits in front of T-Sammy. Goodness me, then there's not many models there in the old Mercedes crew, is there? Goodness me, there as gosh, and we got I think we got Valentine there just coming out of the pits now. Is Fizzy there? It was just popping out of the pits. He's currently the slowest of the cars at a set of time so far, but remember, he is on the steering wheel tonight as well. Then Valentine there is on board at the moment with Davidson. Then so going to be a lot of eyes there on this Davidson then, and to see what pace has he got. Then he's already put a time in the bag there on the medium tires there. We got 3 types of compound tires here tonight, like we do in every race, really, don't we? We have the soft, the medium, and the hard compound tire. And someone just jumped over position now. I think it was that. I think that was Rizzle Sticks. It was Rizzle Sticks there on 4 lap out soft tires. That's a very good time there for the Ferrari driver. Lovely stuff indeed there from Rizzle Sticks. Valentina going slightly wide there, but hey, Valentine Rossi. I was going to say Valentino Rossi. That wasn't goodness me. Yeah, Valentine now going slightly wide there, but he is on course anyway. Then, yeah, Rizzle Sticks doing 4 laps on those soft tires, and so I reckon he's got enough in the back then. So potentially, Rizzle Sticks could probably go maybe half a second to a second quicker, maybe. On board then Valentine, he's coming down the back straight now then. Let's see what he can do then. Everyone else is on used soft tires apart from Valentine, who of course had a go on the medium tire. As I was saying, yeah, the soft, medium and hard tire around here today. Of course, the soft tire is the fastest tire, but is the least durable, whilst the hard tire is the most durablest, but is of course the slowest of the tyres, isn't it? So that's where you got to get a balance, and the medium tyre is in between both of those tyres, and possibly more often than not the medium tyre is the preferred race tyre to start on, isn't it? I know we'll talk about that in qualifying too, because that's when the strategies come to play. If you get into the top 10, you must start on that exact compounded tyre, that exact tyre which you set your fastest time in Q2 to start the race then as well then. Oh, Valentino going over the curbs there slightly, isn't he? But he is okay then, and he comes over the line, and let's see what he can do. He is very much at the sharp end there. He's gained 1.1 seconds there on his time on the medium tyre, which is about the delta time, isn't there, between the medium and the soft tyre then. Lovely stuff indeed then. We got the second Mercedes also out of Fizzy, who is on the soft tyre as well. As I said, remember, he is on the wheel tonight. Fizzy, who, like Steve in last season, I thought was a breakout season for Fizzy, wasn't it? A really strong performance from Fizzy, wasn't it? And of course he got his race win in Japan as well. But it wasn't just that there, his qualifying performance is really also improved, didn't it, as well? It was a great season there from Fizzy, and what we're going to see here tonight then from him at the moment. Well, he's currently the slowest of the cars that have gone out there at the moment then, but he is just getting used to his wheel setup, isn't he? We're on board Fizzy now then, of course, so he is just there trying to adapt himself, but goodness me, he has gone right, he's gone a bit wide there, but he is still keeping on the pace. Double is 0.2 of a second in front of Fizzy as it stands at the moment there, but then we got JJ, who is 0.5 of a second in front of Double as well. There's a lot of big gaps in the back there at the moment, so I wonder if Double's going to come back out and try and get himself into qualifying too then. And then we've got a very snippet up between Sven and Penny there in the racing points, isn't it? Fizzy comes over the grid hatches as well, and this is a better time, I feel, 3 tenths of a second, and he is now in the front of Double, and he is in the 31s as well, and Double the only man in the 32s then as it stands at the moment. Sven has started his lap as well then in the racing point, and he's feeling a bit under siege there, isn't he, in 50 position there. He is the man in the danger zone at the moment, and he needs to really stretch that advantage, doesn't he? Because JJ is currently in 16th position at the moment. He's only a 10th of a second away. That is a corner cut there from Sven, and he was a 10th down anyway. So I feel that he's going to have to lay off this lap and have another go, isn't he? Of course, last time we're going to be calling a racing point in this game, so before they become the Aston Martin team as well. There's Fizzy there, of course. Straight line the chicane there, and perhaps some people might say that that's probably the better racing line. And Matt is 3 tenths of a second up there in the second part of the course, but he's done 4 laps on those soft tyres at the moment. So yeah, Snap is retired from the session. There's he's in the pits, Snap is, and he's looking very good in 12th position. He's done 3 laps on those medium tyres as well. Sprint there in the middle part of the grid as well. I'm not sure that I don't expect Sprint to be there for long now, unless this is one of his bogey tracks as well, isn't it? I've just read a comment there that apparently it is raining for the race then. Oh goodness me then. So yeah, we might even have to throw away the strategy choices in qualifying 2 then, which might be a better show for you guys in qualifying 2 then. Qualifying 2 is usually an action-packed fiesta. Well, it is certainly going to be now if we don't have to worry about starting on the tyres for the race itself, and where they have to babysit them and be quick as well. It's a difficult skill, isn't it, to be quick but also to be kind to your tyres, isn't it? And lovely shot here. Look at this, and I gotta say, I hope you got your sunglasses on, guys, because look, all that blue and red paint there. Of course, the red paint is the super adhesive part, and the blue paint is the less so adhesive part, of course. So it stops the cars from spinning, supposedly. Whether I believe that or not, I'm not too sure. Sven is 3 tenths of a second down, but JJ is 5 tenths of a second up there in the second sector, and that is going to really jump him up a couple of positions there. He's going to be in the ballpark of a 31 flat here for JJ. Let's see what he can do in the final turn as well. There is Double just in front of us as well, and JJ in the Williams zone, accelerating out the final turn. Let's see what he can do then. JJ could become a seasoned veteran IRC now, and let's see then. He goes up to 13th and a 31 flat out for JJ. We'll find out then if Track Evolution might put JJ on the back foot. But I say that's a solid start to that. As a solid start there. Very good stuff indeed then. Fizzy, is he going to have time to come back out? That is the question. Double is a 10th for a second down there in the first sector. No, I think the first sector is coming up now, isn't it? I'll find out then as we're on board now. He's 2 tenths of a second up then in the first sector alone there. Double his head as he flies through turn 7 as well. Now coming down the back straight, there's the first DRS tires. There it is at the graphic right in the bottom right hand corner. Shows that he's on the IRC. He's gone green, hasn't it? Now he breaks down it. Oh, the car is looking very unstable there for double there, isn't he? So the back end was really trying to jump out, wasn't it? Goodness me. It was like hopscotch as he now comes out of turn 9 as well and into the formidable turn 10. If your tires are off, if your tires are tired, I gotta say I'm a tire as well at the moment. I'm round and tired. But if you are tired, if the tires are tired, oh gosh, say that whilst you've after having a few tequilas. But yeah, if the tires are worn, of course, it's a very difficult corner to get around then as well, which is what I was trying to say. Now then, there's 2 corners from over here as well. Then, of course, the new pit entry, which is not new anymore, is it? But of course, I do love some change in Formula 1, don't I? And I got very excited about the new pit entry last season. Then on over the shoulder here with double N, and of course he is coming up to the line. Is it enough? And let's see, he is 15 for the moment there. He's finished his time, but that is currently enough. And good 17. Then Penny is 3 tenths per second out. Sven is currently 5 tenths per second down. Then we're going to keep it on. We're going to keep it on what Sven can do. Then he needs something major in the final part of this course, doesn't he? Final part of that. Then we're on board there, Sven. That he is hugging the inside there at turn 12, I think it is. And now then he's coming into 13, and he's really jittery the steering wheel, isn't he? I think let's take a look at this. He's coming through the final part of the track now. Then out of turn 15, he's gone wide there. And let's see, his target time is a 31.3 there, which is set by double. Not quite then for Sven. Then unfortunately, what about Penny? He is 5 tenths per second up. Penny is it going to be enough then? It is enough, is it? Let's find out. Penny is in 13th position there, and he is into qualifying too then as well. Lovely stuff indeed there for Penny, and I can hear double probably using a bit of the old bad language there as well. So unfortunately, double is out of qualifying, unfortunately, along with Sven. Fizzy and PB is also out of qualifying as well then. So that's the end of qualifying one, and the 16th to 19th, that's how they're going to be starting on the grid then for the race coming up in about 45 minutes time-ish, give or take. So Penny getting through, very nice indeed. Same with JJ as well. And Rizzlestick's also through, and looking very comfortable as well. Fizzy is just on an outlap at the moment by the looks of that. I've got to say, I thought I was out of sync then, and I just quickly checked, swapped to Fizzy to see if he was starting lap, but I think that we have finished this qualifying session. And what about Valentin then? Valentin coming across the line, and he's 4 seconds down than Valentin is, but I wonder if he is just trying to get himself used to the car, used to the machinery in the Mercedes. But I've got to say, he's looking very strong at the moment there, isn't he, Valentin? Making his debut in IRC tonight, and I've got to say, he is fitting in very nicely indeed there in the middle pack then at the moment at the end of qualifying one then. So good stuff indeed there from Valentin then. So we're coming to qualifying 2 in just a few moments' time as well. We just got to wait for the timer to tick down at the top left-hand side as well. Then it's great to have you all along here with us tonight as well. I'd love to hear what your thoughts and opinions are going to be there coming into this race as well. Of course, as we said, we've had 2 different race winners. We've had 2 different pole sitters as well. Is Maxi going to make it a hat-trick here tonight? Well, at the moment, Steve is definitely wants to make it 2 in 2, doesn't he? After his pole position in Spain just over a week ago. And what about and who's going to win as well then? Is it going to be, of course, so far we've had Maxi and T. Sammy both win a race apiece. Is it Steve's turn as well then? Or maybe there's someone outside the top 3, as the top 3 so far have really broke away from the rest of the field. 81 seconds separates the top 2. Very nip and tuck indeed there, isn't it? But it's PB there who is 19th on the grid then. He's made that position his own, hasn't he, this season? Incredible. Fizzy in 18th position, 17th is Sven, and 16th is Double. Of course, all of you regulars are going to be wondering what's happened to Fizzy, because Fizzy is normally very much near the top end of the timesheets, isn't it? Of course, he's now trying out there a wheel setup tonight, isn't he? And that's why he's near the bottom of the timesheets, isn't it? But I say it's a very good effort there from Fizzy to get into the 31s anyway. So yeah, that's still pretty good time there for Fizzy, and I hope that I feel that this season he's just going to get stronger and stronger and really surpass his current pace there on the old controller, or I should say pad, shouldn't I? Really, because that's what the experts say, isn't it? Right, we're going into qualifying 2 then. So let's see what qualifying is going to bring for us now. Then, oh my God, it's a lovely day out there here in Paul Ricard. Isn't it beautiful indeed? There is. Oops, I've got the wrong detail on. And now then you can see then, well, currently Sprint is the only man that's thrown on the medium compound tyres then, and so is Timmy as well. And so this is going to be interesting stuff there. Of course, we haven't mentioned it's going to be rain in the race, but is that full rain for all the race there, or is it going to be drying up at the end, or is there going to be dry in the beginning? If it is, then these guys have got to think about what tyres to start on as well then. As we've got Gareth saying there, clean race, had to see past Maxi. Safety car could open this up then. Yes, indeed it can there. I gotta say, safety car here is probably not that high, I would say, in terms of percentage. Was it, I think Crofty said it was about 20% chance of safety car around here, wasn't it? It was one of the lowest tracks on the calendar. But, you can see, can't you, really? Because it looks, but the bars are so far away, isn't it? But yeah, I do. But of course, there is always every chance of a safety car in any Formula One race, isn't it? As of course, especially when these guys are racing wheel to wheel, toe to toe. And I am expecting some of that. I'm expecting a great action here tonight as well. So sprinting the first one out on track. We've got McLaren out there as well. A Haas, and a Williams. Oh, they're all pouring out of the pits now. Then, so yes, there's no time not the present, is there? We got half the cars on track, half the cars in the pit set. So sprint then, of course, I'm not sure if he was sandbagging in the first part of qualifying, but he was in the midfield, was the sprint. He has been in qualifying 3 for both the first 2 races so far in the Danny Fiat car, of course, this season, which they don't have their own numbers, which I'm slightly disappointed by, to be honest. But hopefully there might be an update like that, or perhaps not then. And now then we're on board sprint, and let's just enjoy the final part of that here in France. Well, of course, the French Grand Prix, as I was saying in the pre-show, that it has it has an incredible history, doesn't it, in the old Formula One, doesn't it? As of course we've been to Manicourt, we've been all over the show, haven't we, in France? Well, and I've got Fizzy joining me in the gantry now. Then, so Fizzy, hello, how are you?
Yeah, been better, mate. Been better. It's like literally the worst. That's like amateur hour. That was completely different game with a wheel, mate.
Do you want to talk us through the wheel settings in for an amateur like myself? Because I have no idea what the difference is. How do you drive? How do you drive differently to a wheel compared to a controller?
It's more. You can feel the track more. You can feel. It's a lot more understeer. You know, you've got to be more pinpoint with setup and speed. And obviously, I've gone from a controller and automatic gearbox to a wheel and manual, because I've gone to manual as well, and that takes some getting used to. I find myself forgetting to change into 8th gear because I think 7 gears are enough, so I never change up. But yeah, I think it's either to do with the setup or my wheel settings. I just find it very understeery at the moment, but it will come with time, hopefully. But it's just disappointing because, you know, I'm used to being nearer the pointy end of the grid, and I'm actually stone last by quite a while, by quite a margin. So yeah.
I think I was saying in qualifying 1 that perhaps that even though because I think you was only 4/10 off at the end, which I'd say that's still a pretty good effort, considering the fact this is your first league race on the wheel. And I was saying that you're going to probably surpass your pad pace before you know it, especially towards the end of the season. Is this going to be more of a trial season for you then going forward?
Well, I didn't want it to be, and then I got gifted this amazing steering wheel, which is a fantastic gesture. So yeah, I didn't want it to be. I wanted to try and finish every race in the points because I had good pace at the pad, and if I could get a few podiums, etc., then happy days. But yeah, now it's a case of, I guess every week's now we're going to be a test session for the next one. But hey ho, we'll fight again, I'm sure. But I mean, I don't know if you know the weather for the race, but it's actually going to be smashing it down. So.
I've heard a whisper from, I think it's from Maxi in the old group chat as well, which that's going to make it much more difficult. We talk about is that throughout the whole race, is it, or is it just going to be?
I think it's heavy rain to begin with, and it eases off, but it doesn't ease till it's dry. It eases to a point where it's maybe go from full wets to inters, but I can't imagine you'll get dries. Maybe I'll have a chance with the, but the problem is my wet weather pace on a pad was really good, and now I've gone to a wheel and I just, I'm gutted. I won't lie, I'm tempted to change back to the pad for the race, but just to get some points going.
Have you actually used the wheel in the wet yet?
No, I've literally just done a few time trial runs on France. I've done one round Suzuka, and then I went to a practice session, just did a Grand Prix practice session with the AI, just to get a feel for the lines you can take with different corner cutting. So yeah, it's a step into the unknown for me tonight, mate.
Well, I gotta say, I think we were speaking about it earlier. I was kind of umming and ahhing whether France was a good track or not, really, because it is kind of like an airport out there, isn't it? There's so many runoff areas and runways, but at the same time, it's not the most easier track in the world, is it? There's a couple of technical parts, isn't there?
There is, yeah. There's some, as I said to you earlier, I'm struggling a lot with understeer. Now I don't know if it's because I'm carrying too much speed into the corners and all that, but it's these corners, like this the last one that goes onto the pit straight. That's really fiddly, and the one towards the end of sector 1, it's like you go right, quick right-hander, and then it's like a sharper left, and it's almost like a hairpin onto a hairpin before you get onto the back straight. And I find I'm understeering a lot there. So yeah, like you say, there's some very challenging corners that require one line, and if you go offline, it costs you a lot of time.
Oh, well, I'm looking forward to the race with much interest as well. I think it was a very good effort myself. You do sound a bit disappointed about being in 18th position on the grid, but it's a massive difference going from a wheel to a pad. It's night and day, so I think that's a cracking effort myself. So, and I'm really proud.
I appreciate that, mate. But as I say, I didn't know what to expect. All my expectations were based on what I could do with a pad, and now I'm not on a pad, but I still have those expectations. So it's contrasting emotions at the moment, mate. But anyway, I just thought I'd just come and say hello and have a chat, because I've got nothing to do for 40 minutes really now. So.
I know it's a bit of a new experience now, isn't it? Oh gosh, you've become a spectator like me. It's not bad.
Nah, it's not a bad thing though, is it? There's some quick guys out there, and I think it's going to be a very close, especially Q3 is going to be very close.
It has been indeed, and I would like your expert opinion, if that's right, about the start of the season then, because a lot of the IRC fans always like listen to me and my comments and opinions, but let's listen to someone who actually knows what they're talking about. The start of the season then, as you said, you've had an up and down start to the season. I feel. How has your season been for you personally up to this point?
I'm disappointed last week, if I'm honest. I think, to be honest, I was expecting a bit more from my first two races. I mean, don't get me wrong, I'm glad that I've managed to get some points, but yeah, I was expecting to be a bit closer towards the pace. The guys, like Stee, I think Stee has stepped it up. Harry's improved massively. Hogg has come out of nowhere compared to last season. No disrespect to him, but compared to last season, he's night and day, to coin another expression. But disappointed, if I'm honest, Sean. Good to get points, but not overly satisfied where I am. But hey, it can only get better now because I'm on a wheel.
Well, I think it will, to be honest. So definitely. So I think the future can be very positive. It's going to be. I feel it might be a tough couple of races to come. Especially, remember, we have a random calendar as well this year, everyone, which is definitely also going to throw a curveball in as well, really, isn't it? Because a lot of these drivers would probably use to such the official calendar that it might throw some guys off for what they're actually practicing on. It definitely throws me off.
It throws me off as well, because. We used to last season. We used to obviously use the Wednesday Night League, which is obviously rebranded and gone to a different name now. We used to use that as like the barometer for like tyre wear and what sort of strategy you can do. But now they're obviously running the official calendar in Zenith, but obviously us at IRC we're running the a random calendar. So a lot of these tracks, no one's raced out on the game in any sort of online situation, apart from maybe a 5-lapper and stuff, so no one knows. It's a step in the unknown, so it is a challenge. It's a big challenge.
And I love it personally because I like the fact of how drivers have got to think on their feet really, and I feel sometimes last season that drivers are definitely trying to mirror what the IRC Elite guys are doing every now and again, but it's definitely about thinking on your feet as well. Now, who do you feel that's going to help more?
Well, I know there's a few guys obviously that have got wheels as well, like the likes of Snapper and all that. He's onto a newer wheel and stuff. So it's a change for a lot of the guys. Obviously, the cream always rises to the top, so the quick guys are always going to be there. But it might mean you get a few shots. Like I said earlier to you, that Hogg has come out of nowhere. Really, he's always had that sort of one lap pace. But in terms of his actual race pace, especially in Australia and actually in Spain as well, he finished ahead of me with a longer strategy and all that. His race pace has improved massively. Yeah, and I think it's levelled it up massively because, like I said to you, no one can look at the ex-Elite League anymore and see what strategies they're on, because that's what we all used to do. I mean, I used to commentate on it, so you'd see it firsthand what strategies people were on. But yeah, nowadays it's random, and yeah, I think everyone's learning as they go, and especially on this new game as well.
And I gotta say, as you said, it's a step into the unknown, and I absolutely love it as well. Valentin at the moment making his debut tonight, 7/10 of a second up on his current lap at the moment. And we've got Nicolas there saying, "Let's go, T Sammy." We've also got Frank, of course, a big supporter of Fizzy. Go Fizzy as well. Of course, he's always in the comments there, and we love to have Frank in as well. He's a regular viewer, and I haven't put him off, which is quite surprising. We've also got Gareth as well saying that Riz is trying on a wheel, not sure for this race, and so interesting stuff from Riz. And I'd say that Rizzles is another man that's really it's also really stepped up his game this season as well. Of course, he only had a couple of races last season, but this season I feel that he's much more in the mix as well, as Valentin goes into 7th fast moment as well. I'm tempted to call him Valentino Rossi, so that's not going down too well, is it, for you four-wheeler fans out there? We've also got Clan PS4 as well. I'm watching this Friday for the Friday Night League, which of course, yes, and that is a new addition to the IRC this season as well, the Friday Night League as well. So of course, stay tuned, as I think it's been Sprint there has been on the Oda commentary mic lately, hasn't he? And I do quite enjoy his commentary. It's brilliant stuff indeed, and absolutely fantastic. As we've got Hogg at the moment, who's 5 seconds up somehow, but I think he's invalidated his time somewhere. We're just trying to get off the old course there.
A little shortcut there, Sean. I think he's trying to get out of someone's way or whatever. But yeah, maybe trying to get back to the pits for another run, but I don't think he's going to have the time.
No, I don't think so either. It's albeit, yeah, this as I said before, it's very difficult to you might need a GPS to get around here sometimes, don't you? Blimey, there's all sorts of track layouts.
You can get lost. I mean, the amount of times I went off on doing time trials yesterday just to get used to the wheel, and like I'd make a mistake, spin, and you'd be like, well, where's the track then? Because all you can see is these red and blue lines going in different directions. It's yeah, it messes with your head a little bit.
It does, don't it? It kind of gives you a migraine as well. I was saying earlier that we might have to get our sunglasses out in a minute. Not for the race though, because it looks like it's going to be doom and gloom there in the race itself, Ed. Could I also have your opinion on this qualifying session at the moment then? I got to say, I'm loving the fact that I've actually got someone who can speak some sense in the old commentary box tonight. But it's at the moment now, I got to say, Snap is, actually you mentioned earlier, he looked very good in Spain. He's looking very good here tonight as well. We've got Sprint down the in the drop zone at the moment there, and JJ unfortunately is parked up by the looks. Who do you think is going to be spoiling any of the big guns days?
I'd expect to see Sprint a little bit higher, if I'm honest. As Penny's just gone fastest, he's gone faster than JJ, but he stays 14th. But yeah, I mean, Sprint's on circuit at the moment, so I imagine he's going to be saving himself last of the late timers. But yeah, usual suspects. I mean, obviously we've not raced with Valentin before, so obviously no one really knows what his pace is like. So it's good that he's up there. It's another new face that can mix it. Obviously you've got the usual suspects at the top. But yeah, I mean, it should be good. I mean, the times are looking pretty close as well, so should be in for, as I said earlier, an excellent Q3.
Indeed, and this is quite a long old lap, isn't it, in Formula 1 standards these days, isn't it? It's like we're in a minute and 30 is the average time around here at the moment, which these days is actually quite a long lap, isn't it? Yeah, Sprint now just coming around turn 15 as well then before accelerating out, and let's see where this puts him now. I'm quite surprised. Sprint haven't really shown much pace so far, let's see what he needs. Only 9 fastest. I don't think that's safe really from Sprint's point of view. We've also got the debutant Valentine down there as well.
He did say in the chat earlier that he was struggling here, and we all sort of laughed it off, you know, because we all, you know, that's what we do in it. When someone says they're struggling and they've normally been quite quick, we always go yeah. But obviously, yeah, Sprint wasn't actually telling porkies there. He was actually being serious.
Yeah, I got to say, I've fallen for that so many times. Like, where I say, "Oh yeah, this guy," especially at T Sammy, I'm like, "Oh, this T Sammy said he struggled here," and then he ends up being like super rapid again. So I try and ignore that these days because it does really show that I've got egg on my face and don't know anything. Another person I would like to is the end of qualifying session as well. Of course, hopefully, one man I want to talk about was Asdog. He's come through the final turn now. He's had a very difficult start to this season as well. Asdog has, and he was a part of the dream team with T Sammy and Asdog, but it's not really full for him so far. But he's coming in with the grid hatches as well, and he is third fastest, so he is into qualifying 3. Lovely stuff indeed there from Asdog. Unfortunately, Valentine is out of qualifying. It looks like Rizzle Sticks is out of qualifying as well. Snap is at 7,000 a second up at the moment. Steve Gordon's fastest there, showing again his one lap pace is absolutely extraordinary as well. And Snap there coming through the final turn there, and oh goodness me there. Oh gosh, Kevin Magnussen-esque there.
Yeah, well, I just hope that hasn't affected anyone going across the line. I don't think it has. I think he was one of the last runners, which is good. But obviously, you don't want to see that if he's across the track and it affects anyone else's times. But yeah, going back to Asdog, yeah, he's not had much luck at the beginning of the season. He's shown pace, as he always does, but he just seems to be getting involved in them incidents that, whether through no fault of his own or getting involved in other people's accidents. And yeah, it's a shame for him. But like I say, he's got pace, and he's a surefire to win a couple of races this season.
Indeed he is. He won 2 last season, didn't he? Of course, the incredible race in Azerbaijan and Spain as well. And we was talking about strategy earlier, wasn't we? About guys that think on their feet. And one man who definitely did think on his feet in Spain and Azerbaijan was actually Asdog. Because I think it was a safety car came out, and luckily Asdog, well, it wasn't luckily, I think it was skill. He rolled the dice and came in the pits there and really put a curveball out there. It's fantastic stuff from Asdog. And I think that's how he won those 2 races, really, with strategy calls as well. So hopefully Asdog gets a bit more rub of the green as well. And I love your comments coming in, guys. Absolutely fantastic stuff indeed then. As Frag has said, Fizzy, it only takes 67 hundredths of a second to win a race. I think he's referring to your Japanese Grand Prix win.
If I get in any position to win a race tonight by 67 thousandths of a second, wow. I don't know what I'd do then. That'd be the greatest thing ever.
Well, I was saying earlier that Steve thought he had the best race of the season last season. Then you decided to come for Trump with that incredible Japanese Grand Prix, which I don't think it's going to ever be topped, to be honest. I think you're going to be in the Hall of Fame forever on that one.
I mean, it's the thing is, it's because Steve and T Sammy got together, and it just created a gap for me to go through. They were fighting for the win. They might have had a closer finish. Who knows? But I saw an opportunity, went for it, and then ultimately it created an IRC moment. So.
And I'm sure Murray Walker used to say your fortune favours the brave then, and I think it definitely was spoiling on you that day, wasn't it? That was a cracking race as well. I'm expecting this one to be an absolutely fantastic race indeed as always. T Sammy has just said it's going to be a very, very, very long race. Oh goodness me, he's expecting a really long race. And a tough race as well, fingers crossed there. Yeah, of course, the T Sammy, the IRC World Champion of Season 7. I think he's had 10 wins now, incredible stuff indeed. And Gareth saying, do you run a wet setup now in Q3? I don't think you do, Gareth, because it's now into Park Ferme. We'll come back to that in just a few moments because we would like to have.
Park Ferme starts as soon as you leave the pit lane in Q1, so you had to choose your setup before you left the pit lane in Q1, and then that's it locked. You can change a few things like the front wings, your front wing adjustment.
is a bit brutal these days, isn't it? They used to take the cars apart, didn't they? Like have a completely new car in the especially in the 90s and 2000s. It was incredible stuff indeed.
It was getting ridiculous in the early 2000s, wasn't it?
Oh, it was. I couldn't believe it. And I got to say, I think the costs are extremely high now. But goodness me, if they didn't do those apart firmware rules, gosh, that I'm dread to think what the cost would be now.
See, I think the costs are relevant now, though. But I mean, if you look at back then, every team bar a couple, there was 11 teams back in the early 2000s. Was sponsored by tobacco, a tobacco company. So everything was relevant. So you could have a qualifying car and a race car because you could afford it, because you were getting sponsored 120, 300 million, whatever, with Marlboro and stuff like that. So I think costs are relevant now, so it's a shame they got rid of tobacco advertising, but that's a different conversation there, Sean, for me.
It is indeed. I'm a little on the fence on this one, because I got to say, I love the livery of the old tobacco-sponsored cars. Some of them are absolutely lush. I mean, today's liveries, don't get me wrong, there are some nice ones out there, but for me, I like the mile 7 or mid 7. I used to say mid 7 when I was younger, and my dad used to laugh at me. I think it's mile 7, isn't it?
Mile 7, yeah, they're a Japanese tobacco company, I think, yeah.
And the Benetton, it was beautiful. It's 95, 96, 97. Well, not the 96 one, I didn't really fancy that one too much, but 97 was beautiful. The yellow Jordan of Benson and Hedges. Oh gosh, we're getting into old school stuff now, and I think I could be here for years and stuff like that. Just really gets me going.
So good eye. Don't worry, mate. So good eye.
We're into qualifying 3 now as well. Fitzy, what do you think's going to happen in this qualifying 3 session? We've got 10 minutes to decide the top 10. Really, who is your favourite for pole position today?
Well, favourite, you'd have to say Steve, judging by the first 2 sessions. Like I said to you though, I think it's going to be a very close session. They've obviously all gone out early, with the exception of Roscoe. Roscoe always likes to follow his own rules, I find, in qualifying. He always likes to maybe just do the one run towards the end of the session, but I think everyone else is going to go out, set a time, then you're probably going to get a couple of minutes, 3 or 4 minutes, where everyone's just going to be sat in the pit lane, not doing much. And then there's going to be a sprint to the end, and it's whoever can cross that line last to set that final lap, I think, is in a fantastic position to get pole.
Yeah, and it's gonna be fantastic, isn't it? Yeah, Roscoe. We mentioned this before about Roscoe. That like you say, he follows his own rules. He's very chilled out in qualifying 3. I've got to say, this is probably one of the most stressful times of the event for me. Gosh, when I used to race at IRC, but somehow or another, I used to get into qualifying 3 and forget that I made a mess of it in qualifying 2. Usually, I got through the qualifying 3 after absolutely eating up my tyres. We got a yellow flag in 3 at the moment. It's when the McLarens there is taking a detour by the looks, but we're going to keep an eye on what Steve's doing at the moment, because I think he's the first man out on track at the moment. We've also got an AlphaTauri that is right behind him now. I think it's Sprint, is it? It is Sprint now. You're not giving him too much space there, is he? Because I think it's up to 5 seconds now, isn't it? The dirty air, and dirty air seems to be quite prominent on this game, I've heard. Is that just drivers moaning about it, or is that an actual fact?
It's a fact, I'd say. Yeah, I do struggle, especially around these corners, especially around the trickier, slower corners. If you're following a car closely, you will get understeer, and you have to adjust your throttle and your braking, and yeah, it is a massive effect. You can tell that this game, because obviously of Corona and COVID and stuff like that, the drivers made a massive input into this game. I'm not saying they didn't before, but obviously where a lot of the real world drivers played F1 2019, they assisted Codemasters in making this game, and I feel that those positive changes that the drivers have made have filtered down, or suggested they've filtered down to the game for us consumers to play. So yeah, it's a massive challenge compared to 2019.
I really enjoy it. I think this game's absolutely legendary as well. I need more time to play it, to be honest, I got to say. But as now we got Steve coming across the line, and he is going to put a first time on the board there. So we're 4 minutes into the session as well. We got 28.7 there from Steve, as Sprint has gone second faster, with Hogg in third position as well. Hogg once again in qualifying 3. He's been ever present in qualifying 3 so far. Now Max has just gone faster still. Goodness me, they're going over the line thick and fast at the top 3. But Asdog there has really put himself in the mix there. Lovely stuff indeed there from Asdog. Asdog. And Timmy in 4th position moment. T Sammy slightly off the pace as it stands at the moment. And what about Harry then, as Harry comes through the final turn as well there. I love the Harry's helmet there. It's a 1950s helmet from Harry there, of course, when Formula 1 was born. And he's 6th fastest at the moment there with both AlphaTauris. Only on the 4th row of the grid then, as the first action of qualifying 3 has been produced there. And Roscoe is out on track now, as he is just slightly beyond the curveball there. Gareth just said thank you, still learning in terms of the part firme rules. Yeah, don't worry, Gareth. I think we're all learning. I learn a new thing about F1 every day. I love it. So
every day is a school day, isn't it? Every day is a school day.
Oh, indeed it is. I'm absolutely fascinated by something, because I got to say the technology is still over my head with these the 2014 that came in, these hybrid rules, and it's so complex, these cars are. Whether you love them or hate them, it is absolutely fascinating to read and watch these beautiful cars in action at the moment. And there's a Roscoe's just come through turn 7, and look at that beautiful flick there through the left-hander as well, coming down the back straight.
You're a man who likes your facts, aren't you? Did you know that going into real-world F1, you say about the speed of these cars? Lewis Hamilton's last lap last week at Silverstone with 3 wheels would have still put him on pole for the Porsche Super Cup race.
I think I read that as well.
Yeah.
Was it because wasn't the Porsche Super Cup race, wasn't it a 202 or something like that, and Hamilton's was a 158 or something like that? I was or something around those marks. I was absolutely astonished by that, because he was doing 140 miles an hour or something down the back straight. Is that right? Or kilometres an hour?
Yeah, no, miles an hour. He was proper giving it the beans.
My goodness me, that is scary. Is that down to the downforce of these cars, do you feel, or is that just Hamilton just being ultra brave?
Oh, it's just the grip levels. The sheer grip of these cars is insane. The wider tyres, and yeah, there's just a lot of factors in it. These cars now. I mean, there was another fact that Hamilton's time would have got him hit Hamilton's quickest lap time. Sorry. In last week's race, I'm trying to remember it as I talk. I can't remember this. Basically, he was almost as quick as Schumacher's time in 2004 on the old layout, and the new layout is 13% longer.
I think you said that in the chat, didn't you? I was like, what? I couldn't fathom that, because the old track layout was it was something in the 120s or something like that, if I remember. Or maybe I'm remembering that wrong. But and I think this new track was like when it first arrived on the scene. It was in the 130s, wasn't it, or something along those lines?
Yeah, that's a lot slower. Towards the end of the V8 era, wasn't it? 2010.
Yeah.
But 2011 was the new pit lane. 2010 they still ran the old pit lane, but it was the new layout. So
it's incredible, isn't it?
It's a lot different. Yeah, as I say, the cars have come on in them 10 years. I mean, they're unrecognisable now.
It's absolutely brilliant as well. And oh gosh, we're not running on about the history of Formula 1. And goodness me, we've only got 4 minutes to go this qualifying session. Currently, Maxi is on pole position, and that'll be 3 pole sitters in 3 races. And that's brilliant stuff indeed. Well, 3 different pole sitters, I should say, in the 3 races. Of course, we always have a pole sitter, don't we, in the race? But it's of course a different pole sitter, which is Max at the moment. So we've had T, Sammy, and Steve on pole position at the moment, and it will be Maxi making it a hat trick. Lovely stuff indeed. Then, as Clan has just said, did you know that Bottas was a fighter pilot? I only knew that actually the other day, because wasn't he in the army or something like that? Did I read that right? I think I did.
I didn't know that. Was he really?
Apparently he served in the Finnish army, and
wow.
I did know that. I did know that until it popped up on WTF1, I think it was, or something like that. I was like, really? And I actually had to go and Google it, and apparently it's on Wikipedia. I was like, wow, that's blown my mind.
Wow, no, I didn't know that. Wow, that's actually yeah. Fair play. That would explain where he gets his lightning starts from, though.
Oh, it does. But unfortunately, he almost came a Crawford in Hungary, didn't he? Goodness me. Whether you thought that was a jump start or not, I do not know. I do have my opinion, but I think that it's probably because I'm a Hamilton fan. Anyway, it's T-Sammy going through the final turn, and he's about to start his lap now. Then he's currently only done 29 forward so far for T-Sammy. He's quite a distance off the pace at the moment in terms of the outright speed there. Are you surprised by that, Fizzy? Because bearing in mind, I think last season as well, he did struggle around this circuit every now and again. Do you feel that he's going to? Do you feel that he's just sandbagging?
I don't think he's sandbagging. I think it's just others have stepped up. To be honest with you, I think the likes of Timmy and Asdog have probably shown pace that. The thing is with Sammy is we expect him to be at the front every race, and even if he falls down a few places, you're like, whoa, what's up with T Sammy? But at the end of the day, 5th is still good when you're fighting for a championship. So, you know, he can probably go quicker. I reckon he's probably got half a second in him. And it looks like he might be out for 2 runs, because obviously there's a lot of time left and he went out quite early. So I reckon he'll do 2 runs here. So, yeah.
It's very similar to Hamilton. I think the way I look at T Sammy is I was very disappointed when Hamilton finished 4th in Austria in the first race of this season. But if you're fighting for, as you said, if you're fighting for a championship, that's still points on the board, isn't it? That's still 12 points. And T Sammy at the moment qualifying 5th. That is still within the ballpark of really mixing up and getting a podium or even a win, isn't it? So I feel that sometimes I do give T Sammy a bit of a hard time really when he's not on the 1st or 2nd position there. Maybe it's a bit too hard for me. As he comes through the final turn then, and let's see what he can do then. Is this going to be a better time for T Sammy? It's a full fast mode, so it's an all Alfa Romeo for 2nd row at the moment. And we've also got Hogg there, who's back up into 6th position as well there, underlying Fizzy's comment earlier. Of course, Fizzy, a former Renault driver as well of last season, just showing that he has got some pace in that Renault. It's fantastic, isn't it? T Sammy, Timmy, I always get them two mixed up. It's gone very gloomy out there. Was we expecting rain for the end of qualifying 3? I didn't think we were, but
no, I didn't see it on the weather forecast, to be honest, Sean. But it is getting gloomy, but I can't. Even if it rains now, it won't affect it. There's only a minute left.
It's my worst nightmare when it rains at the end of qualifying 3, because it kind of takes away the action for me. We got both the AlphaTauris down in 9th and 10th mode of Matt and Sprint. They might have to pull their socks up slightly, as they are really struggling on the track as well. On board Maxi, the current pole sitter as well. I'm expecting Steve to have a thing or two to say about that. Asdog has not come back out by the looks, so he might be quite content there with his third position there from Asdog. It's a shame really, because I was hoping to see Asdog probably get into the 28th there, but we're just watching Timmy now then as he is into the final section. Look at that sun there glaring down through the clouds as Timmy is on the final part of the lap as well. I see Frank have just commented. We'll have a look at that in a minute, Frank, but before we do, let's take a look at the final part of this qualifying 3 format. And here it comes, DRS right on the money. It's incredible how quick these guys are on the button, and he goes over the grid hatchings. Is this going to be enough? It's 3rd fast, so he's gained almost half a second there. Timmy has brilliant stuff indeed there, and he is on the 3rd row of the grid then. It is 3rd row. No, 2nd row, my apologies. Maxi has gone through and he's gone pole position once again there. He has done 3/10 of a second in front of Steve. Impressive time indeed there. We have got Timmy, who's in 3rd position. Harry has just moved up to 6 as well. Lovely stuff indeed there from Harry. What about Steve? Has he got anything in the locker at the moment? His 2nd intermediate time is only 4300s down there, so Steve is going to have a monstrous final sector. He's coming up to the line as well. Let's see what he can do then. Is it going to be enough? Not quite. He's gained 1,000 of a second. I keep getting thrown off by that because there's another line there just before the finish line.
Yeah, I keep looking at that. Even when I'm driving it, I'm like, I've finished that out now. No, I've finished that out. No, and it just goes on forever.
I got to say, that's I think I've done that like 3 times in this session already, and I thought that Steve got pole there, and that's why I went quiet. And here comes Roscoe. He's not a very good first lap on this this course. Well, I'd say anyway, but I wish I could do a time like that. Roscoe comes over the line, and that's a better lap. He is a 4/10 of a second up on his previous time, and he is 4th fastest there. Both Alfa Romeo drivers are down to the 3rd row of the grid then. As a Sprint, only 9th today then. Goodness me then.
Matt up to 3rd. Wow, what a lap.
That 1.2 seconds improvement. My goodness me, I'm stumbling over my words. That was impressive there. I lost him on the map as well as I was looking for him, and then he just disappeared. Fantastic stuff from Matt. Maxi there is going for 2 for 2 here. Let's see if he can improve on his time. He's done a 28.3. He's done a 28.4, I should say, and he has improved again there. My goodness me, that man is a machine here tonight then. And Harry finishes off his lap as well. He's a 10th of a second down there. And I've got to say, that's a very juicy grid then for the race itself. Maxi is on pole position. That's his first pole position of the season then, with Steve alongside him on row 1. That's a fantastic first row, isn't it? Matt in 3rd position with Timmy in 4th. Roscoe 5th, and Asdog in an impressive 6th then after a difficult start to the season. 7th position there is T Sammy, the champion, right in the mix of it. 8th is Harry, 9th is Hogg, and 10th is Sprint then. Before you go, Fizzy, I wanted just to ask your opinion on this race going into this one. Well, I hope you do well, but you're starting in 18th position. What is your aim then for this event?
If I can get a point, I'll be ecstatic. I think for the moment it's just staying out of trouble. It's going to be absolutely lashing it down in the race. obviously I'm on the wheel. Yeah, if I can stay with them, who knows what can happen in the wet. But yeah, it's going to be an interesting race. I just hope that because of all the runoff areas, it doesn't dilute the fact that it's raining. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? When it's normally raining in a race, you know, you get incidents. You don't know. You know, you could spin at the first corner and lose your wheel and etc. Obviously, with the amount of runoffs here, it might not make any difference to the running order. I hope I'm wrong because I'd like to fight my way up through the field.
Well, it's going to be
Anyway,
very good
I've
indeed. Yeah, good luck with that, Fitzy, and fantastic with Fizzy there joining me in the gantry as well. That was brilliant, wasn't it? I absolutely enjoyed that qualifying session. Sometimes we weren't even talking about the qualifying session, which we might get a slap wrist for at the end of this one. But there's a fantastic qualifying, and congratulations to Maxi there, who's just I'm not sure if he's practicing for the race. I hope not, or he's perhaps he's giving Max Verstappen something to talk about with the old bumper cars. But Max is on pole position, a fantastic time, 3 tenths of a second in front of Steve in second position, and that is no mean feat, is it? Third position is Matt in the end with fourth Timmy. I'm loving that. Matt and Timmy seem to always be tied together, don't they? Goodness me. And once again they're tied together again, and this is going to be a cracking 17. Let me turn up let me turn up my screen view there because I can't see your comments now. 5th position is Roscoe, 6th is Asdog, T Sammy 7th, Harry is 8th, Hog in 9th position, and 10th position is Sprint. Now I've got to get my teeth in, haven't I? Gosh. Right then, and of course Frank was saying about, and Bottas has been confirmed for 2021. I love the indeed he has there as well. I think he's been rewarded, Andy, for what he's done. He's done a really good job, Mercedes, hasn't he? He's been dare I say a good number 2 to Lewis Hamilton, possibly. He has some speed as well on his day as well, Bottas, so that might be a bit unfair to, as Toto dubbed in, a wingman. I'm not sure, I wouldn't go as far as calling him a wingman, because I think that Bottas can be on his day absolutely fantastic, and as we predicted, it is raining, and it's not just rain, it's lashing down, goodness me, and wow, that's going to be, oh gosh, and a ton of water. Let me wet my whistle, because this is going to be a absolutely cracking race. And there is the countdown at the top of the screen as well. Apologies, guys. I had some chocolate earlier, and I'm now really dehydrated myself. And to be honest, I was meant to out after the race, but temptation got the better of me. It's great to have you guys commentating as well. Commenting as well. It's a really good stuff indeed. I love your interaction. Indeed, then it really does make the experience a much more. It does. It really makes my commentating experience much more, much more exciting, really, as well. I've got to say, I'll get excited anyway because it's going to be fantastic. We're going on the formation lap, and and also we've got Stefan as well saying JJ on lap 7. That's very Pacific there. I'm wondering if he's got a cheeky bet on to see when JJ goes out. And they're all on the intermediate tyres, which I am absolutely shocked by that, because it is absolutely lashing down. It's pouring down. It's bucketing it down out there. And look at it. You can see the tyre tracks already on the, oh goodness me, and Timmy and Roscoe have already disqualified themselves, so that's not a good start to the race, is it? I know, just on board with Max now. Just going back to Frank's comment about Bottas, yeah. So I think he's earned it, and he's done a very good job as well in the Mercedes team Monday. So I think Bottas deserves it. I would have liked to see George Russell in that car personally, or maybe someone new. I also would have liked to see Vettel as well, just because I just wanted to have Vettel and Hamilton as teammates, because I think it would have been absolutely fantastic entertainment. Or Vettel and Alonso, I don't know, but I quite like the teammates that don't get on as well, which probably why in a way I enjoyed the Rosberg and Hamilton feud. Anyway, then, enough about that. Let's get racing there as well. We've got 27 laps around here. We're on the formation lap. Let's go for the grid from front to back, from pole position down to 19 from the grid, and on pole is Maxi, his first pole position of the season. Alongside him is Steve. Third position is Matt there. He pulled one out of the bag, didn't he? And he's got himself up the third. Lovely stuff indeed there. Timmy and Roscoe 4th and 5th. They don't fancy doing the formation lap. Asdog, a brilliant qualifying session now. Can he get his season underway? T Sammy in 7th position there in the Alfa Romeo. 8th position is Harry. Once again, as Fizzy said, he's had a cracking start to the season, hasn't he? Same with Hogg in 9th position. Brilliant. Sprint slightly off the pace in this race, so in this qualifying session so far. Let's see if the rain can help him out there. 11th is Valentine on his debut as well. And let's get him very toasty out there. It's JJ who's spun it. Oh goodness me. 12th position is Snap then in, I feel that Snap might have been able to get into the top 10 possibly. 13th is Rizzles as well then in the Ferrari. 14th is Penny, and Penny was showing some pace, wasn't he? And Penny there is not interested in the full race lap. He is racing with Steve as they're going wheel to wheel. Oh my goodness me, they're merging into each other. Oh gosh, and this is well before the watershed, goodness me. We'll leave them to it. JJ in 15th position there in the Williams after having a bit of a spin. Double is in 16th position as well. He was very unlucky not to get into qualifying 2 there, but he is 16th on the grid there. 17th position is Sven in the racing point. He was on an adventure and qualified. Fizzy, as we said, on the wheel in 18th position there, and PB is in 19th position then. We have got 19 cars here in France. This is going to get going then, as Yanis said, let's go guys, and hopefully an incredible race. Good luck guys. Yes, it's great to have your comment, Yanis, well, and I'd like to hear, I look forward to hearing what you think of the race, enjoying it, and at the end of it as well then. Right then, we are waiting for those 5 red lights to come on here in France then, and when we go out, we'll be racing here in Paul Ricard. We got 4, we got 5, and we are racing. There's a drive-through penalty for Steve. Oh my goodness, it's a terrible start. It's a terrible start by Steve. He's had a drive-through penalty, and here we go. We're racing in France as well. And we're coming down into turn 1. Then Steve is leading the race, but he's got a drive-through penalty. He's got a cloud on his head. There's a bigger cloud. Oh, that's a car. That's a McLaren. It's a McLaren. Timmy's off the track. There's Deborah all over the show. Oh goodness me, and that's a Mercedes off as well. It's Valentine who is making his debut tonight. He's also had some problems as well, and Timmy there is come back on track as well. It's heavy rain. He hasn't got damage, has he? Oh goodness me then. And oh gosh, and sorry, my phone went off there. Roscoe is in 6th position apparently, but I don't believe that. We're on lap 2 apparently as well. Rizzo 6 has got in front of Sprint. Sprint is Sam Stroke. He's damaged the car. He has damaged the car. Sprint as well. Just take a look there. We've also got Valentine as well. Fitzy's up to 15th position. Sprint as Steve is leading them, but Maxi is was on pole position, and currently he is the de facto leader because we're going to have a drive-through penalty. JJ is up into 11th position there. Sven in 12th position. Oh goodness me there, as Sven just jumping across those curbs there, and he has lost the momentum. So JD up to 11th position. He's had a fantastic start. He's up 4 positions so far. Sven is up 5 positions. Fantastic stuff indeed there. Timmy right the way down to the back of the field once again. Timmy just can't get the luck in the race at the moment, can he? Hogg was all over the back of Asdor. I'm waiting for the times to sort themselves out, but it's now Matt who's in 3rd position there, as he is now 5 tenths a second away at the moment, and as you can see the rain is no sign of abating at this moment in time. Then Sven is down into 12th position there, because Penny is all over the back room, isn't he? And there's now racing points then are going to be long so as well. There's Penny showing to go on the power there, and Snap is going to be looking very intrigued as well. We can already see a bit of a racing line emerging in this race as well. Who is coming in the pits at the end of that one then? As Max is at the fast side of the race then, as it is the first one across the line. Technically it's the second then. But there we go then. As Timmy, I think, is past PP and up into 19th position as well. So Steve leads, 2nd position is Maxi. 3rd position at the moment then is Matt. As we have got T Sammy is the rain master. He is, isn't he? Remember in Australia, of course, last season he was fantastic, wasn't he? And really, it was a lot drier than what it is at the moment, though, wasn't it? For T Sammy, but my goodness me, he still tamed that rain, didn't he? Valentine has got up a couple of positions there, as he has got past Timmy, and Doubles just dropped down to 18th position as well. But Timmy is all on the back of the David on Valentine at the moment. Valentine, and let's see if he can take this pressure there from Timmy as they come out of the long turn 6 and into turn 7 as well. He's got over the curbs, hasn't he? No DRS in these wet weather conditions there, because it's absolutely pouring. It's pouring down with rain there, and he is out gaining. Timmy is on the inside. He passes Valentine, and he moves up into 16th position. And lovely stuff indeed then. Back at the front end, Steve is still leading the moment. Snap he's gone across the chicane there, and he's on the power, and he's spun it. There's so much torque demand, isn't there, in these cars, and unfortunately Snap is become a victim of that, and that's a shame. Now he's dropped down the order as well. Sven is also losing positions there, as what Sven is right off the track there, isn't he? That's a yellow flag as he damaged the car. Let's take a look. Oh, I think that is damage there, and that's both racing points there who are having a bit of issue as well, as Penny is also dropped down as well. If they come to blows. I hope not. T Sammy, the champion, is in the pits, and Steve set the fast on the race. And the championship leader, the man who is usually so good in the wet there, is in the pits, only on lap 3. Sure he had time for dry tyres. Is he coming in and going on the wet tyres then? And let's take a look then. There's the Alfa Romeo mechanics ready. No, it's on the. He's damaged the nose cone in the Alfa Romeo. Goodness me, this is not good at all for T Sammy. And oh dear. And also in the pits, well, we've got PB. And no, we've got Sprint, sorry, and we've got Penny in the pits as well. So Sprint also in the pits there. And looks like that. Sprint's on a bit of a nightmare start to this race, isn't he? And come back to the battle for the battle for third position in the world then, which is Roscoe and Matt. Then they're battling for the final place on the roster at the moment. This will turn to second and third then when Steve comes in to make his drive-through penalty there. Oh, he's gonna be so unhappy himself, isn't he? That was a bit of a mistake. And Penny is on the full wet tires. And is that going to be a masterstroke from the IRC veteran? Well, we'll find out as well then. As Matt is defending for his worth then from Roscoe. Roscoe's fighting, isn't he? He's attacking. The Alpha Tauri, isn't he? And look at the background, there's Aston, who's had a fantastic race so far as well. As I take a breather. Oh my goodness, I don't need to take a breather. Oh my goodness me. Oh, as Matt has had to correct the oversteer in a very, that's a very scary corner, isn't it? In the dry, especially in the wet. Hog is off the track, I think. But he's on it. I think he's got all his bits in the right direction. He has. And yeah, so Hog there just causing a yellow flag for just a brief moment. Then back on board. It's the closest ball on track there. And Steve is in the pits out for the drive-through penalty as well. Keep an eye on Penny's times, and Penny at the moment is actually Sven is gone. Oh my goodness me, it's a smash. It's a and a snap there is just a virtual safety car, and this is a dream for Steve because he hasn't got to worry about this. Is going to minimize the impact of having the drive-through penalty here, isn't it, for Steve? So good stuff there from Steve, lovely stuff. And I think that was luck, isn't it there? As Valentin has got a 5-second penalty for ignoring the yellow flags there, and he is slotted out in front of in front of Rizzle Six, who's had a great start, and behind oh my goodness me, I'm not even sure how that works because I'm sure he was still coming out of the pits, but Steve's got a drive-through penalty. Wow, that is, I'm not even sure what to make of that. That is very unlucky there for Steve there. As well, I thought that was going to be very good for Steve there, as he had the drive-through penalty taken as the first safety car came out, but unfortunately that has not helped him on this stage of proceedings, has it? And they're coming down the back straight once again, and well, there they are. Roscoe's got a 3-second penalty there for exceeding track limits. He is off the track, but he is now up into second position now. Yes, and he is still in third position. As Matt is taking the race line, and Roscoe's got after. And he's giving a good old nudge as well as they come out to turn 8 and 9 as well before accelerating on the power. And Matt is still there. And Maxi has disappeared off into the distance. There he is, 8.1 seconds in front. Look at this train of cars. Harry and Hog and Harry and Hog. There he's going on the outside. Where is he? Look at that then. And Hog is over to fifth position. He's loving the rain at the moment, isn't he? Lovely stuff indeed. Then Asdog, oh my goodness me, Asdog is going to live on the inside. Oh, there's contact, but he's okay at the moment, and he's going to go on the outside. Roscoe's on the inside. Oh my goodness me, that's damage to Asdog's car, and that is the end plate gone off there. Is that going to cause him? That's going to cause him understeer, but is it going to be too much to live with? We'll find out. Is he going to come in the pit set or not then? Fizzy is now 11 seconds behind Valentin. He's on the wet tires. Is the wet tires set and into the pit set? Oh, it's I thought Ferrari's guy. 5-second penalty as well. Yellow flag, and this what Staff is gone there in the oh, he's gone on the outside there. Staff is on the race. He's lost Sven and Staff in the matter of a couple of laps there. Oh dear. Oh, there's Snap's car then. It's damaged there to the Red Bull then. And I'm wondering then if Penny is going to be... We're keeping an eye on Penny's pace there, because on the wet tires, he's looking alright at the moment, isn't he? And now then coming down. C is coming out of the pits again then. And Harry is out the pits there. They've all got a look... Donald T. Sammy's at the fast side of the race there. Look at PB there on the inside as well. There's T. Sammy. Oh my goodness, we look at all these names in 11th, 12th and 13th position. Fantastic stuff indeed. Yellow flag. And I think it's Penny. And oh my goodness me then. This is getting very much... this is getting very too hot to handle. This at the moment. He's going up the inside. Oh my goodness me. Steve and T Sam were used to him battling in the midfield, but my goodness me, that is anarchy at the start of this French Grand Prix. Fantastic stuff indeed. And Frank is saying, Sean, breathe. I can hardly contain myself. It's absolutely amazing. Whew. Anyway, then, thank you, Frank. I did need that reminder because it's getting too much at the moment. It's that Ferrari is off in the background. Rizzle sticks there, almost going into a Snap and Zephyr session. Unfortunately, Snap and Sven are both out of this race. And T Sammy there is on the outside there, and look at this, double there is doubles the at the moment the Truly train, isn't he? And of course Truly used to drive for Runner, didn't he, in between 2002 to 2004, didn't he? And look at this, as I thought he was going to go on the inside there. Roscoe has gone all over the back of Matt once again, and now, my goodness me, and Steiner Simon on the inside there, and T Sammy also following him as well. That is absolutely amazing stuff here, isn't it? And now then Steve's got a 2-second deficit over himself and Harry in 10th and 9th position there. Fizzy there has done a very good job there to navigate himself through the anarchy, hasn't he? And PB there also. Manny doesn't qualify, does he? But my goodness me, he's good in the race, isn't he? Really good stuff. On the back with his battle here. Oh my goodness me, this is a helicam shot, but look at the rain, it's absolutely pouring down out there. Oh my goodness me, this is absolutely appalling weather conditions, isn't it, here in the French Grand Prix. Luckily there's so much runoff area, but even so it's very difficult to control these cars, isn't it? There's so much torque demand. We've already seen a couple of cars spin off there, and look at this, and Roscoe, no DRS, and Matt has gone wide. Then that is just what Roscoe needs. He doesn't need an invitation, does he, to get by? And look at him, he's all over the back of this AlphaTauri. Is he going to go up the inside? And he is side by side. Is Matt going to let him through? Not a chance. He goes up the inside. And Matt is still in possession of that second position there. And once again, we've got another train now forming. Then T Sammy has dropped 7 times back at the moment. Roscoe is going for another assault. This time he's going to go on the outside of turn 11. Oh my goodness me, he is through. Oh no! And Matt trying to go on the inside there. He is half spun in there. And oh my goodness me. And Roscoe is having to second position. Matt has dropped down into 6th then as well. Oh gosh, then, and to be honest there, it felt a bit aggressive there between the two, didn't it? And unfortunately there, they did come to blows at the turn 11 there, and I thought Hogg was going around as well then. Hogg up in the 4th position there, he's having a great drive, and he's had a great start to his season 8 in the Renault team. He's having a brilliant start to his Renault career. Lovely stuff indeed then. And now we've got Harry. Harry's an AI at the moment, goodness me. So Harry's decided to go decided to go into AI mode, and I'm not sure if Harry's left the session. I don't think he has he? Unless I've missed it, which is very much a big possibility, really, isn't it? But yeah, Steve just wants to get by Harry as quickly as possible. He's Simon up the inside. Harry, oh goodness me then, and he has gone through it very unorthodox of turn 15 now. Lovely stuff indeed then. And now T Sammy following him through as well then. So it looks like Steve is making the boost, and T Sammy's just following just striking whilst the iron's hot then. Yellow flag is Penny is oh dear, where is Penny? He's off the track now. He has had some issues on those 4 wet tyres, and I think those wet tyres can disperse. Well, it was 65 litres of water, but I'm sure it's gone up now, and it's like, is it 85 or something like that? I don't know. And Penny, PB I should say, just dropping down the 40 position as well as Rizzo Sticks has moved himself up into 13th fan. Right then. Now then we're just as well. I think the race is starting to calm down slightly as we got gaps forming. Let's take stock then. We're on lap 20 out. No, we ain't. We're on lap 7 out of 27, and we've got 20 more laps to go in this French Grand Prix then. And at the moment then it is Maxi Rizzle's teammate who is currently absolutely flying out there. He's 12 seconds in front of Roscoe in 2nd position there, but Roscoe looking is definitely starting to match the times, isn't he? Now we got Timmy he was last, wasn't he, at one stage? My goodness me, he is now up into a fantastic 5th position. That's unbeknownst to me. Steve is past Fizzy, and he is up into 8th position as well then. But yeah, Timmy has had a fantastic drive back through the field, hasn't he? Goodness me, I apologise to Timmy as Steve there is. Oh, Steve's had a problem. He has dropped down into 10th position, and the Fizzy is back over to 8th position then. Steve is dropping down then, and now T Sammy all over the back of Fizzy then. And remember, Fizzy is on the wheel here tonight, isn't he? So it's definitely much a learning curve careful. He's never been on the wheel in the wet before. And remember that his car's got so much torque, haven't they? So you've got to be very careful. So Fizzy's gone slightly wide there, but he is keeping the car. Oh, and T Sammy's going on the outside. Is Fizzy going to have it? That's a McLaren. Is that a McLaren off? No, it's a Racing Point off. I apologise. And now T Sammy is through, and Fizzy is now side by side. And look at this, and Steve flying past the Mercedes and moving up into ninth position then. So Steve is through. Oh, Fizzy on foot going into the back of him there, but no, he carries on then. T Sammy, Steve is in 9th position, and Fizzy in 10th position as well. Sprint has passed PB and moved up into 14th position, and PB dropping down into 15th as well. Now then, so they got a 7-second gap between JJ. JJ had a great race. Remember, he had a good race there a couple of years ago, didn't he? And he was involved in him and Brown, and I think it was Matt that came to blows, didn't they? Into turn 4. Timmy there is. I wrongly said that he was off the track in turn 1. Goodness me, though, he is almost into the future. Oh gosh, and he is now all over the back end of the Renault driver as well. I think he had too much for a good run now of the chicane, didn't he? He had to back off slightly, didn't he? Oh, Hogg is, he's alright. I thought that Hogg had spun off there because I looked out and he had disappeared, but he's alright. Timmy is out in 4th position there. I gotta say, Timmy has had an absolutely outstanding 8 laps, hasn't he? He was facing the wrong way. Now he's out in 4th position in 8 laps alone. Fantastic stuff indeed there for Timmy. Very good stuff indeed then. Look at this, and we got double Rizzle Sticks, Rizzles and Sprint now battling for 12th, 13th and 14th position at the moment, and say fly through. Oh, Rizzle Sticks is off. He saved it. Well done to Rizzle Sticks. He may have spun the car, but he is not out of this race then, and that is the save for the day. Fantastic stuff there from Rizzles, keeping the car out of the hedge, out of the barriers, and well done to Rizzle Sticks indeed then. Good stuff. Fizzy dropping down to 11th position there as Harry has now moved himself back into the points as well then. We got 17 cars remain then, and this this action pack starts to this race, and T Sammy is now really starting to put his toe down, isn't he? Lovely over the shoulder shot here from Hogg then, who is in 5th position at the moment as well. Lovely stuff indeed then from Hogg, and he is just coming through at turn 6. Oh goodness me, and Hogg there is really resting this car at the moment, isn't he? Put into the pits, goes to the 6 there, so I'm wondering if he has damaged something, or maybe those tyres there are screaming red hot then, and they're not meant to be hot at these conditions, are they? Of course, the intermediate tyres are meant to be a bit cooler, as we want the tread blocks to move, don't we? Really, don't we? So that it disperses more water from underneath the tires and into the air as well. Then, and you can see that there's Timmy there. Timmy is now a 2.5 in front of Hogg. So he's now starting to pull away. Fizzy's got a 3-second penalty at the moment as well. But Fizzy is actually gaining on Harry. Look at this, and Harry is still an AI according to this, but I'm not sure if he is not. I'm not sure if I believe that. As we've also got Sprint who's passed. There he is, and he is pass, and now we've got high. Oh my goodness me, and we got a yellow flag as what the Racing Points is facing the wrong way, and it is, I think it's Penny who's having some issues once again. Then Fizzy is back up in the 10th position, 11th stuff indeed. Then Sprint is now moving himself over to 12th as well. It's not used to seeing Sprint so far down at this moment in time then, but he is getting himself back through the field nicely indeed then. Lap 10 then out of 27 then, as we're back on board then with Sprint then. He is the move at the moment. T Sammy is now only 1.4 seconds away, and T Sammy showing some pace now when he's in fresh air, isn't he? Or when he's not trailing the car behind them, Fizzy. And who's that in the background? Sorry, they were just that was the track. I thought someone was in like no man's land in the background now. This is an incredible battle at the moment, isn't it? From Harry and Fizzy back on board. Fizzy, and you see he's coming out of turn 15 as well. Sprint, and now we got double as well. Then we got a Ferrari who's off in the background now. It says Rizzle Sticks, I think it is Rizzles. Unfortunately, just having a couple of issues at turn. I think it's turn 10, isn't it? Where he's having some real problems out there at the moment, isn't he? T Sammy there. We seen a bit of sunshine, didn't we? Bursting through those clouds there as well. Fizzy there just a fight in that car. We'll keep an eye on what Fizzy and Harry is doing, but this is the closest battle on track now. Is T Sammy. It's all over the back of JJ. JJ has gone to the inside, but I think the job might already be done by the time to get to the chicane. My goodness me, not, because look at JJ. This is incredible. He's in the Nicholas Latifi car. He is going to go on the inside. Oh, there's contact, and JJ is spinning around there. And oh dear, then as T Sammy and JJ have come to blows here. JJ dropping down the order, unfortunately as well. then. And so Timmy is now really homed up to the back of Asdog as well. And now Fizzy has got to repel the attack of Sprint as well, who is also trying to dust his overalls off in having a crack at this very difficult event so far, isn't it? Where the rain is meant to last throughout this race, isn't it? But we have seen a bit of sunshine. I'm surprised how the intermediate tyres. They're going to have to go in the pits there because technically they don't have to change those tyres, but those tyres are not going to last another like 16 odd laps around here, are they? So they must change those tyres. PB is once again on the back of double as well. This is 13th and 14th, and in the background is Valentine in a 15th position as well. And so that's going to be a 3-car battle in just a few moments' time as well. Fizzy has just got off the track slightly, hasn't he? And Harry also got off the track in front as well. Lovely, into the pits comes, I thought Fizz was coming to the pits there. He just made a mistake there, and he has dropped down into 12th position as well. Double is in the pits there, and he is slowing down, and I wonder if he's coming in to change those tyres. That's a bit early there for the intermediate. I thought he was going to be probably about halfway through race before they come in the pits there, and now then Valentine is all over the back, and he is making his debut. This is his first IRC event tonight, and he's in 14th position. We're not sure what happened to him at the start. He had a good qualifying. He was in 11th position in qualifying, but he's had a difficult race so far, but he's now all on the back of PB, and PB there is going to have to start to really think about defending, isn't he? And they're coming into the chicane as well, and you can see the brake markers are on the left hand side there. They're going to have to be, they can't use those two, they're going to have to think about their different braking, their different braking points, aren't they? When it's raining, of course, the brake distances are increased, aren't they? And look at how much curvage he is taking. Valentine, we're on board of it at the moment, and he is now, I thought he was going to incredible power, incredible car control there from Valentine. Yellow flag is when the Ferraris is off the track there, and that's Rizzlesticks who's just recovering there, and he's had a very good race up until one point where he's just really struggling now to keep the car in the right direction. Timmy is now really giving Asdog some food for thought, isn't he? Roscoe is equaling and sometimes quicker than Maxi at the moment. This race is far from over. Maxi did sprint away at the beginning, didn't he? And now there he is, he is now Roscoe's trying to level the playing field, isn't he? As we've got seats in the pits, and we've got yellow flags. One of the Ferraris there is I think it's Rizzlesticks, isn't it? Both of them are together on track at the moment. Into the pits there comes Steeden. As of course he had a drive-through penalty, didn't he? And unfortunately, it's a bit downhill since he's also a drive-through penalty. Safety cars! Oh goodness me! And why is that? I think is it for Rizzlesticks? It is. Oh, he's damaged the nose cone on that Ferrari, and a safety car bang on half distance. More or less disqualified. Fizzy's been disqualified for blocking the pit lane. Oh my goodness me there. I doubt that was on purpose there, but Fizzy is out of this race. He has been disqualified for blocking the pit lane. What a shame there for Fizzy. And oh dear. And that is our third retirement in this French Grand Prix. But the safety car is out at the moment, and Valentine there is in the pits, while Double is also no, he's not in the pit at the moment. PB coming out of the pits now then. So all Maxi's hard work there has come to nothing, really, hasn't it? And now then is Valentine there is coming out of the pits as well, but Fizzy out of this race then on that 12th, and what a shame there for Fizzy, and it really difficult indeed then. As Gav was saying, it said safety car, good for Maxi now then. Yeah, so all of Maxi's efforts at the beginning there has really been wiped out, hasn't it? But the race leader is in the pits. It's his teammate, I think, that caused the safety car, I believe. If I'm mistaken, then please let me know, guys, but I'm sure that's the case. Ferrari mechanics are in the pits, and it's going to be the intermediate tyre, surely. There is no way they're going to put on those slick tyres yet then, and he's in and out then. Roscoe is also in as well. Fizzy has left the session there, and I feel that is a bit of anger there from Fizzy, isn't it? And then to the pits comes Rizzlesticks as well. I don't think that he blocked the pit lane on purpose. I feel that he was only there for a couple of seconds there, and the Codemaster decided to disqualify him almost instantly because I didn't even see it on the track map. Into the pits there comes Asdog as well there. Look at all the pit crews are already in there. Here comes Hog as well. Timmy is also in being Cyrus, one of the McLaren team. He's in and out there, and he's in and out before Hog's doing, but Cyrus has a nose cone change for Asdog. He is going to lose that third position, and he has. Timmy's already out. What about Hog? Hog is gone. Hog is gone as well, but he's out in front of Asdog's out in front of Hog as well. Matt's in the pits there. He's changing those intermediate tyres as well there. T-Sammy also coming in as well. Alfa Romeo, are they ready for it? Well, I don't think they're ready for him, are they? Well, it looks like that they're changing those tyres now, but I think that the Alfa Romeo guys weren't ready. Is that going to cost? I don't think it's cost T-Sammy too much time. It might have done actually, because he's still coming out of the pits. So where's Steve? And it has. It's cost him. It's cost him 7th position there. So the Alpha Romeo guys was not ready for T Sammy, and that's a big blow for T Sammy. He's back behind Steve, isn't he? JJ coming on the pits out. Sprint also out of the pits as well, as is Harry as well. Lovely somebody then. PB is staying out of the pits because he's already been in. And Petty also in the pits as well. And he's just leaving the pits at the moment. Burr Mylander leads. Said we got a safety car figures for the Ferrari, and it's really shook things up in this race at about. Hopefully the safety car will be back in the pits in the not too distant future, and we'll be back racing once again. Then let's take stock. At the moment we've got Maxi Lynn, but Roscoe, I would say overall has looked the quicker of the two, hasn't he, so far? Only because I've been keeping the eye on the lap times, but that might be because Maxi was just looking after those intermediate tyres, perhaps, so he didn't get in trouble. Timmy is now been promoted to third position this race. He's having an absolutely fantastic race, isn't he? Oh no! Double! What's happened to Double? Double is out of this race then, and where's he gone? Oh dear, he's at the other side of the track there, and somehow he's crashed it just before the second chicane. Oh my goodness me. And a Double out the race. I'm not sure if what is going on there with Double, but that is, I wonder if he's gone to the back of someone, or someone's gone to the back of him, but Double is out of this race as well. And Double, unfortunately, then is having a difficult start to the season, isn't he? He's usually a man who is so clean and who drives and keeps into and also finishes races, but this season that's his second DNF, isn't it, this season for Double? But what a shame that is for Double. We're not sure what happened, and hopefully we'll have an inquest to that after this race then. But it was in a funny old position there, wasn't it? Steve is a lap down, as is Rizzle Sticks as well. The pit window is now open now. Well, it's now open, I should say, as I put in 2 nows. I just underline what I meant. But as we're on board with Rizzle Sticks, then he is a lap down. I think technically you can overtake it in the safety car, albeit you might say you get disqualified, but you can carry on. Well, it was definitely the case on 2019, so I'm not sure. If I was Rizzle Sticks and Petty, I would definitely roll the dice, really, because that's the only way you're going to get back in this race, I feel, by just oh, Timmy's off the track there. It's I gotta say, I remember if anyone remembers Elite Season 2 in Belgium round 8, we're absolutely bucketed down, and I don't think the rain's getting everywhere. I'm sure the rain's getting lighter, to be honest, actually, but yes, we have remember that was probably one of the most incredible races in IRC history, wasn't it, and back in Season 2 of Elite. Fantastic stuff, wasn't it? And there's a Ferrari off in the foreground as well. Who is that? That's a Rizzle Sticks by the look there. Who's oh goodness me! And someone's just decided they don't like Rolex, and they've just absolutely ploughed into one. Oh my goodness me! As it's sort of got to get the hair out of my eyes. Gosh, as I said earlier, said the other week, I look like Bon Jovi with this hairdo at the moment. But yeah, so Jan van den Brink has just said, "Wow, what a race till now!" I got to say, the first couple of laps was fantastic, wasn't it? Timmy's having an absolute mega race so far, hasn't he? We got Steve and T Sally, who's out of position at the moment. Maxi is in the race then, but I feel that Roscoe potentially had the upper hand up until the safety car. But we'll find out if that is true, or if Maxi was just looking after the car and the tyres then, and hopefully we'll get going in just a jiffy as well. Valentine is the last man not to be lapped at the moment then, making his debut tonight then. He had a good qualifying, as I mentioned earlier on, but the race he's been a bit he's had a bit of a difficult start to this race, hasn't he, in IRC? Well, let's see what he can achieve then in the second half of this French Grand Prix as well then. And he is about 6 seconds away at the moment then. If we're just waiting for that magical safety car to come in, message, hopefully we will in a minute. I know we're only 2 quarters away, but hopefully No, it's one more lap beyond the safety car, and then I think we'll get raced as well. Then there's Rizzle Sticks there. Rizzle Sticks has gone off the track there. I'm not sure what happened to Rizzle Sticks. I thought he was coming straight in the pits there, but he's in the pits. Rizzle Sticks is, and he's retired from the race there. Rizzle Sticks has. What a shame. I would have definitely tried to take a gamble and probably tried to see unlock himself, because anything could happen in this race, and it usually does in RC. But that is a shame for Rizzle Sticks, and he is out of the race. There's the Ferrari mechanics there released it for some reason. So then, at the moment, then we got Max who's leading the race then, and Roscoe second with Timmy and Fergus. It's a fantastic race up till now, and this has been a brilliant race, hasn't it? A bit of rain just really spiced things up, don't it? And the rain has got a lot lighter than what it was at the start of this race. So we'll find out when. Is it going to be drying up before the end of the race? We might have to have an extra pit stop as well. So before this race is all said and done, then, as PB has left the session, he's in 12th position. PB as he needs to get back in his car pronto, because he is on the cusp of point points, isn't he? And with this race only halfway through, there is a lot more lappage to go in this, so PB needs to get back in as ASAP. As Petty there is he's kind of in the middle of this at the moment, isn't he? He's 2 minutes beyond the next car, unfortunately, for Petty, as he is not probably doesn't want to risk the rules and get a belt, does he? Which is a bit of a shame. And I'm not sure what's going on here then, but we've got all kinds of overtaking going on in the midfield. Remember, there's absolutely no overtaking on the safety car because of course the safety car means that he's trying to make the track safe, hasn't he, for the marshals to get the car out of the way, which I'm sure the car originally was Rizzle Sticks. Was Rizzle Sticks, wasn't it? PB is back in the session now. The safety car is back in now. Lap 15, 20 out of 27. Maxi leads, Roscoe second, Timmy in third position, and they're all on the same line for tyres, more or less. So it's a reset of this race then, and who is going to come out on top there? Rizzle Sticks is there for session, and we're down to 14 cars and now the 19 that started this French Grand Prix so far. Round 3 of 22, the longest F1 season in IRC history with 22 races. It is a marathon this season, isn't it? Oh my goodness me then. And after this race we've still got another 19 rounds to go. It's absolutely incredible, isn't it? Maxi is just he's bunched them all up. He's ready to go. When's he going to drop the hammer then? There's French Grand Prix then. Let's go. It's a difficult safety car. And look at this. The front three have already gone, haven't they? They are. And let's go. Here we go then. Back again racing then. And so Maxi leads. Roscoe is second. Third position there is Timmy. And then it's all anarchy behind this. There's Williams just pulling out from underneath. The JJ has got in front of T Sammy. What's happening there? And T Sammy dropping down into ninth position there. And not good at all then for the champion. And he is down in ninth position at the moment. T Sammy is. This could be a race where he looked back and think that this was the race where T Sammy might where it might have had issues there with the championship perhaps, but it's way too early for that, isn't it? But all races still count. Lovely shot again. Remember, these two came to blow earlier on, and oh my goodness me, they almost came to blow again. It's the battle for 8th and 9th position now. It's really starting to heat up, and it's like, oh my goodness me, there's a racing point steaming in there. That is Penny, who's a lap down, unfortunately, isn't he? As unfortunately the safety car really hasn't helped him out too much, has it? Penny back on board, and JJ, my goodness me, there almost into the Armco barrier, but he has kept it out of the wall, and unfortunately T Sally wasn't close enough. Matt has dropped down to his own position because Steve is over to 6 and Steve is on the inside, passes Matt, and away he goes there. JJ is still in the in that 8th position at the moment, and Martin is unfortunately dropped down to 7th position, and he is now dropping back from Steve quite quickly. T Sammy's up the inside. Oh my goodness me, there's a yellow flag in 3. What's going on in 3 then? We're on board then, and who's got off is someone went off of, was it Alstock? Alstock there's a big old gap between himself and Alstock, and Timmy knows Alstock had some issues there. Well, we'll find out now. There's a T Sammy's up in the 8th position, and Alstock having some I wonder if he got too close to Steve there in that quick left-hander then. Right-hander. I don't know. And so Max then tries to save his lead now. It's up to his second end. Roscoe 8 tenths. Timmy 7 tenths. Asdog is now in 4th position now. Lap 17, and we've already got fast up here. Steve is already up behind Hog down as well. Shoney's got some electric pace here in this race at the moment. He's coming back through the field now, isn't he, Steve? And let's see what he can do from here on in then. With just 10 laps to go in this race. Is it stopped raining? No, then there's still a bit of rain out there as well. On one camera shot, it looked like it stopped raining. And Steve is going to go on the inside of Hog. Not the moment. Hog is having an inspired race out there once again, isn't he? He's doing a fantastic job, Hog is. And a big props there to the Renault driver. He's a transformed driver this season, isn't he? Lovely stuff indeed there from Hog. We're on board, and Alsdog is just starting to pull away in the foreground. And it is going to be Hog who's going to be looking in his mirrors now rather than on the ascendancy, isn't he? T Sammy is trying to be on the ascendancy as well. He's all over the back of Matt then. And look at this. Oh my goodness, wait, that's a Williams off. He's off. Oh my goodness. And he was in Narnia, and now he's trying to get himself back on track. JJ is out of the points, and what a shame now for JJ. And oh my goodness me, and now we've got unfortunately JJ has dropped all the way down to 13th after that excursion. He got reset back to track, but it looks so he was trying to slam on the brakes, which is why he went backwards, I think. And now T Sammy is 2 tenths second away from Matt then, but Matt is not letting this one go. Hog is dropped down into 6th position then, as he's trying to go back up the inside of Steve, but Steve has already got the job done. It's job done for Steve, and away he goes. Next target is Alstock. And remember, Steve's had a drive-through penalty. He's had 2 drive-through penalties in this race, hasn't he? He's had a bit of a Bit of a difficult race, hasn't he? But he is definitely, he's a man that doesn't give up, does he? And he's doing a cracking job at once again. Then T Sammy down in position mode there. He's had a very difficult day, T Sammy. That's doesn't he, the champion? But my goodness me, he's also not good enough as well. So both him and Steve are doing a cracking job there. It is almost stopped raining out there. So then, as we're on board there, and I'm just trying to look see if it is raining. There's still sprinkling of rain out there, but I feel that the rain is stopping, and we're going to get some dry tires on the go there before the end of this race. Well, we're keeping on it with that shot. It stopped raining here, hasn't it? Oh goodness me, then is it too late? Then we've got 9 laps to go. Then the track can dry up quite quickly here in Paul Ricard there when the sun starts to beat down here in southern France. And Harry has passed Valentine. He is up to 12th position. No, he's up to 11th. Harry is down to 12th. PB has got the coveted final point as well then. And now then there's Matt is still repelling the attack there of T Salmon. Then so we're coming through the Mickey Mouse double right-hander there. A bit of as you can see, he's put on the overtake there. Quietly on T Savvy outside because he wants to get the momentum, but I think Matt has also got both of them got the overtake on. We've seen the green bar on Matt. Then as we got yellow flags there as Valentine there is facing the wrong way in the background of sector 1 there, and they're going across the curbs there, and it has stopped raining, I believe, then is from that shot. Harry has passed PB, and Harry is now with the 10th minutes there, jumping off the curbs. Lovely stuff indeed there for Harry. He is back in the points there for the McLaren there, and Harry on a very strong start to the season, isn't he? Matt then at the moment there is still in 7th position, and lovely stuff indeed then. 3 tenths of second then. Asdog and Steve at the moment, and we're keeping an eye on that then as well. Asdog is a very robust defender and attacker, isn't he? So that's not going to be a foregone conclusion for Steve. He is quick, he's very quick, but Asdog there is not one to let anyone through, is he? And you can see yes from that shot. Oh, is Asdog? Well, he has let him through. Where's Asdog? Asdog's got a 5-second penalty for speeding in the pits. And what if that was a really late call from Asdog. It's too early for the dry tyre. Surely there's too much water down there. See, it's at the fast side of the race. He's absolutely motoring now, isn't he? And Asdog in the pits there as well. We're keeping on to see what he does there. He's in the pits there, and they are changing those tyres. He's on the soft tyres. I'm sorry, medium tyres. It's too early, I feel. But Asdog is a formidable driver. He can make anything work. Asdog can. And so let's see. Can he make this one work? Is this a master stroke there from the former winner in IRC? That Matt is defending and coming down to the chicane. Lovely stuff indeed there. And it's 3 tenths of second of it. And there's the leader. Roscoe's 1.1 seconds away at the moment now. And now Asdog is still cutting the pitch. We're keeping an eye on Asdog, and let's see what he can do then. And he's starting to get momentum in the tires. The Asdog is now got to be as quick as possible. We'll come back because it's Martin. Martin T. Sammy. Martin's defended. T. Sammy has got the pacer. Lewis 17 on the second. He is through. He passes Matt. And he is up. No, Matt breaks so much there. And he's gone deep, Mars, but and T. Sammy's gone on the outside by. It's just showing the rear wheel. And T. Sammy is still in 7th position. Incredible stuff, but coming up to the kink of turn 10, I think it is. Look at the background. There's the second AlphaTauri, who's also had an adventure tonight, but he's still doing a fantastic job there. Wow, incredible stuff. And he's going to have a lunge there down into turn 11. Not quite. And Asdog then, he needs to keep those intermediate tires. That's contact. He needs to keep those intermediate tires there up to temperature. The slower you go, it's a vicious circle. The slower you go, the less grip you have. The less grip you have, you just slide everywhere. And I think that's the pressure that Asdog's in. He's thrown away points, Asdog is, I feel. He was in 4th position there, and I think he's losing so much time. Yellow flag. And it's one of the racing points, I think, of Steve, is it? It is Steve. And T. Sammy is on the inside at the turn 15. And there's a bit of wheel banging going up, but Matt is refusing to yield. Lap 20 out of 27. It's a come over the grid. Hatchins once again, then back on board with T. Sammy. 3 tenths of second at the moment. It's a come into the first chicane as well. And now then it's we're just as this is a close balance out. Roscoe's got it under a second of own. Steve is also 1.1 seconds away from a podium. There for Steve. Fantastic. But Asdog is now 10 seconds away from Valentine. I feel it's too early. But Asdog is definitely worth a shot. But unfortunately, he was in 4th position there. And he's thrown away there's a lot of points there. Asdog is yellow flag in 3, and I think it's for the Alfa Romeo, is it? Yeah, I think it's Asdog down in 13th position as well. Matt and T. Salmon there once again. The track is not drying out as quick as what I thought it'd be, but we'll find out then, because look at this, but there's a lot less spray already. T. Salmon's on the outside this time. Matt is on the inside. He swoops through and passes Matt, and he is now up into 6th position. Then 4 seconds of gap is between himself and Hogg. Wow, incredible stuff indeed. And Roscoe, he's got the bit between his teeth. So we're on board there with the man who's second at the moment. And Roscoe, what a drive he's had so far. He's been impeccable. Maxi hasn't had any pressure up until this point now. Has Roscoe got the pace there on a drying track then? This is going to be very difficult indeed then. And how long are we going to get? We're going to have to go into the dry tires at the end of this race then. Who is going to take the gamble? Is it going to be worth a gamble by the time the track dries out? We got so many questions to get answered. We've only 7 laps to go in this race. There's Steve in the background. There's Steve there, who's had an adventure of a lifetime as well in this race. And yes, I did listen to Coldplay earlier on as well. We're coming into turn 1. Yellow flag at 2. It is one of the Alpha Romale's, unfortunately then. And as the gamble paid off, he's almost half a minute back there. Petty's got a 5-second penalty for speed in the pit. That speed in the pit is really caught a lot of drivers out tonight, hasn't it? It's a very unusual pit in, isn't it? PB is now back up into 10th position. Lovely stuff indeed then. Roscoe is free. 10 seconds away from Max in the moment. We're on board and Harry's got a free second penalty as well. Yellow flag. Alstock's gone off in turn 10 then through the king then for Roscoe. And Roscoe on board with him now, and Maxi just trying to pull away, but it's Roscoe in the ascendancy as they come down the hill then. This is the battle for the lead here in the French Grand Prix. As it stands at the moment, we've had Maxi over win. We have also had T7 over win as well. Is Roscoe going to be the third different winner of this epic Season 8 start then to IRC? And now we're coming down into turn 10 as well. Look at the background of Steve and Timmy in the background. And Timmy is very close to Steve. Oh my goodness, he's got over lunge, is he? Oh my goodness, no, he slots back in on the inside. Sorry, behind Timmy as well. Oh my goodness me, and we've got a good old battle between Matt Sprint and Harry as well in the battle for 7th, 8th and 9th position at the moment. It's been absolutely fantastic stuff, isn't it? As Simon has just said, wow, what a race, it's been great. Alstock there is, oh, Matt is gone. Matt is off the track there, and he's got off in turn 9 in the AlphaTauri. They're really struggling at this stage of proceedings, isn't it? Back on board then, Harry then, and Harry as a safety car. We got a safety car, and this is really going to shake things up, isn't it? And Roscoe there is now still second position. Is anyone going to come in the pits? They're still too wet. The gamble is it going to dry out by the time the safety car comes in? And that is the question. This might be a reprieve for Alstock as well. Steve Petty is out of this race. T. Sammy is in the pits. Remember, he is so good in these conditions. He's also good at calling these conditions as well. Let's see what he does then. And he's the only man that's come in the pit so far. Everyone else has stayed out. Let's see what he does then. What tyres has the Alfa Romeo team got? It's soft tyres! Oh my goodness me! He's rolling the dice, T-Sammy is! And also Valentine is in the pits as well. It's 2 at the moment, but who knows what's going to happen in the next couple of laps? And is it going to dry out enough for the champion of T-Sammy? This is going to be an absolutely incredible gamble, isn't it? He's now gambling on the elements, isn't he? He's gambling on when the track is going to dry out and how much drainage there is as well. Valentine is I think he's having a drive-through. No, he's gone on the intermediate tyres again, and Valentine has Valentine has as well. Alstock currently there is just cruising around at the back of the field. Then I wonder if he's going to come back in on the inter tyres there as well. He's lost. He's got a lot of damage. Look at how wet it is offline there as well. This is what Alstock has to stay within these tram lines. But look at how much spray and look at how much understeer. He's just skating off there. Alstock is on those dry tyres. What about T-Sammy? As T-Sammy made a mistake there. This is interesting because if he has made a mistake, he could come back in the pit and throw on another set of intermediate tyres. Then, so even though this might be a wrong gamble, he does have laps to play, doesn't he? Incredible stuff indeed. Then, oh gosh, it's been absolutely immense, hasn't it? This race, indeed. Then, so Alstock, then is he going to get lapped? Is the question then? Because look at that. He's got a 5-second penalty. Alstock, that's for speeding in the pits. Then, and he's now in the pits now as well. And if he doesn't get lapped, then he is still in this race. But unless he just throws caution to the wind and comes back out there. And just taking a look at what T-Sammy is doing. He's on the softer tyres, so they warm up quicker, so they'll get more grip then. But you can see it is very much like an ice ring out there, isn't it? And the Alfa Romeo boys are now just adhering to the 5-second penalty. He's on medium tyres again, and he is now being lapped out. So we find out if this gamble's going to work or not then. As T Sammy is still staying out there on the soft tires, isn't it? Goodness me, lovely drift there. And Matt has got a 5-second penalty for PB driving into the back of it. Oh, goodness me, I'm not sure if that's a penalty for Matt, but of course we've seen that before. Now just on board with T Sammy there. And the gaps at the moment there, looking at the timing screens, it's still too wet, isn't it? I'm surprised how slow this track is drying out. Oh my goodness me then. And the T Sammy, you can see we're just watching now. They're just struggling to turn that car, isn't he? Aston then is out of the pits now then, and Aston's got a 10-second penalty there for cutting the corner. And look at how much water is coming off from underneath those tyres there as well. So the man we need to keep an eye on at the moment, of course, is the race leader, but it's also this man who's on the dry tyres. If the safety car, his Aston is facing the wrong way now, and he's had a nightmare. I'm wondering then if T Sammy might be thinking about going back on the inter tyres, because it's not. It looks like that the sun has not come out, has it? It hasn't come out of the clouds, which means that it's still too wet at the moment there on those slick tyres. And I think that this might be a gamble too far for the champion. He might have to come back in the pits and put on the green striped intermediate tyres. He will have fresh tyres, though, won't he? And that might pay dividends in the later stages of in the next couple of laps of this race then as well, as we are so close to the end now, isn't it? Goodness me, then we still got so much action still to come here. And is Maxi going to get his second win of the season? There's the safety car, and now T Sammy has made his choice, and now he's got to stick with it, hasn't he? We're on lap 23 out of 27, and I didn't expect any safety cars here tonight, but goodness me, how wrong was I? It's really shook things up here in this race, hasn't it? Brilliant stuff indeed then. As we're just on board, and now we're just getting ready to get going in just a few moments' time then, and let's see what they're going to do then. So then, as Maxi there is just coming through the final turn, and we're about to get racing in just a few moments' time then. So Maxi then's got a clear track, and Roscoe doesn't want to let him go though, does he? We're back green here, and there's a PB is off the track. He's well off the track. PB he's in the pits. PB. I'm not sure why, but we're back racing here then, and now then, and also the pit. Yeah, PB's in the pits. And look at this. Roscoe's going for the lead then, and Maxi there just repelling the attack at the moment. But he's going to go for that, is he? Is he going for the red tape? This is the battle for the lead here in France and here in Paul Ricard. This is absolutely incredible stuff. And I did, as Gareth saying, 20% you said, and we have two. Come on again. Whatever I say there, the opposite happens really. So never listen to me. And then we're just watching there is Maxi is all over. No, it's Roscoe all over the back of Maxi. Maxi is he going to defend it? The track is not drying up. The champion T Sammy is losing time. Then pit stop. His PB is in the pits. He's on the hard tyres. Roscoe. 3-second penalty for Valentin as well, but he's in the points on his debut. Lovely stuff indeed there. And now the coverage chicane. Look at this. 1, 2, 3, 4 cars there. Almost in the same part. Look at this now. Is Timmy's got advanced. Look at the speed. Roscoe made a mistake. Timmy's on the inside. Timmy takes second for this one. Aston is out of the race there from 13 for this there. Unfortunately, a virtual safety car. Timmy has got the move done. And and he should keep that position, I feel then. So beautiful stuff indeed then from Timmy then. Maxi is so Max has got 1.3 second lead at the moment, but do not worry about that. Do not worry about the timings just yet, because of course this is the first safety car. They will obviously be bigger than what they are because they're going at a lower speed then. T Salmon there is on the soft tyre still. I feel that was a gamble, but I feel that the track's still too wet. The track is drying up, and it might come to T Sammy. So you can see that the spray is a lot less now as well. The virtual safety car's out. We are waiting for us to go green again. Then we're just waiting for Asok's car to be removed from the track side. And we'll be back going again in just a jiffy. And we're just waiting for it. When are they going to go? When are they going to go? We're on board there with the race leader at the moment. We're on board with with Timmy in second position at the moment. T Sammy is not getting any points. Last time, and now we're back green. Last time T Sammy didn't get any points. Roscoe's already through. Roscoe is already through. He caught Timmy napping there. And Timmy's going to go back on the inside. Where's Timmy? Oh, contact. There's contact there. Oh, Timmy is spinning. And he's dropped down the third position as well. And where's... Oh, my goodness gracious me. This is helping Maxi because he's now getting the second then. then over the back of these guys as well. I say the spray was getting lower, but goodness me, over there it's wet. It's very wet there. And there's Steve going wide there as well. I thought he was going to spin there, but no, he's all right at the moment. They come down the straight once again, and Hogg is in fifth position. He's had a fantastic race out there at the moment, but our attention, and rightfully so, is here in this battle for the lead between Maxi, Roscoe, Steve, and Timmy. This is fantastic. This is amazing. This is epic stuff indeed. Then, and they're coming down the back straight once again. Then, and look at this. And Steve is had an absolutely night and day race, hasn't he? It was looking all very difficult at the beginning of this race, wasn't it? And on lap 25, he's gone very wide then. He's gone very wide. Is Timmy going to go for that? Oh my goodness me! Oh, and he's also given us a bit of a love kiss as well. Then Timmy back up in the third position, yellow flag then in the free as well. As JJ, I think, is just skated back on the track as well. But JJ's on course for some points, and that'll be Williams' first points of the season. Good stuff indeed there for JJ at the moment. He's just can't keep it going there with T. Sammy there currently 6 seconds behind and on the wrong tyres. Last time T. Sammy didn't score a point was back in Hungary, wasn't it, where he finished 12th, and that's his worst race of the IRC career at the moment. It looks like at the moment he's going to be one better in that race, but he's not going to get any points. And Steve is alongside Timmy. Steve is alongside Timmy. Timmy is on the inside. Where are they? There they are. And Steve is back up in the third position. He's back on the rostrum, and Timmy is down in the fourth position. Is Timmy going to let that lie? I don't think so. Lap 26. Out 27. He's having a think about it, but see there, cutting across as well then. Incredible stuff. And look at Hogg there. He is getting very interested. Sprint somehow. He's having a 6. Incredible stuff here. Wow, impressive, isn't it? Where it all looks so, a lot for drivers of absolutely, this race has turned around for them, hasn't it? Incredible stuff indeed. And JJ is struggling, isn't he? Look at this. The first point for Williams is under peril now, is it? Now, is the track dry enough for the slick tyres? It's very dry, isn't it, all of a sudden? And I'm wondering now that this is look at this. T. Sammy's up the inside. He passes JJ, and I think that the slick tyres might be coming there into their own. Then he flies through and up to the 10th finish there. We'll keep an eye on the old we keep an eye, and DRS has been enabled. Oh my goodness me! And JJ's off the track. He's gone off in a big way, and this is where the soft tyres are going to come in. How many positions is T-Sammy gonna gain at the moment? So 13.6, 13.5, 13.4 is coming down at a right rate of knots. Oh my goodness me! JJ's got 3 second penalty there. It's Hogg has had issues. JJ's out of the race, and then Sprint goes on the inside. He's up in the 5th position. Hogg down in the 6th now then, and then the sprint, when DRS gets enabled, that's usually a sure sign of that the slick tires are the tires to be on then. And T. Sammy then, how many positions can he gain then in this final run then this lap as well? Harry is now in the rear wing of the Hogg. He's got up the inside then. Hogg has done a cracking job then. Can he keep it going then? We're for one more lap then. He's got Harry behind him. He's got Matt behind him as well. JJ is out of the race, unfortunately. He was a lap away from getting Williams' first points of the season. What a shame there for JJ. What a shame indeed there from the Williams driver. Oh, so unfortunate there. And look at this, and it's the close battle on track at the moment. And look at Harry. Harry's got so much more grip, so much more traction, so much more purchase there. Out of turn 5, and a yellow flag in free. Then his PB has got off the track, and oh my goodness, Harry's off the track. He passes Hogg there. I wonder if he wants to get that position back, and he has to get that position back. Matt is too far back, so he can't strike whilst Harry's having to lift off the front. Oh my goodness me. Oh gosh, and they're into the chicane now as well then. What a race this has been. It's been absolutely epic stuff of epic proportion. I'd say that the first 3 races have been absolutely brilliant, but I've really enjoyed this one. This one's had it all, hasn't it? And now T. Sammy. Oh, and Hogg there, he had to get a swap on. And now look at this. Oh, there's contact as well. And he is through, and Matt is now trying to strike whilst the iron's hot as well. Lovely shot indeed then. And incredible stuff indeed. Hogg is really strong in this stage of the race then, isn't he? Oh goodness me then. What a shame for Hogg then. He was looking very good in 5th and 4th position in the early stages. Maxi is coming through the final turn, and he is going to win his 2nd race of the season then for Maxi, and it's going to extend his lead in the championship. Maxi wins the French Grand Prix. Fantastic stuff. Roscoe in 2nd, Steve is 2nd, and brilliant drive from Steve there after it's been a very difficult race. Timmy in 4th, Sprinter in 5th then, 6th is Harry, Hogg is 7th then, Matt is in 8th then, and And look at this, T. Sammy now on the soft tires. Has moved himself up into ninth position, I think. And he's also got fast as well. Valentine in his debut race in 10th as well. And PB is on the hard tires. Oh, got to almost swap it enter. But in 11th position as well for PB. And unfortunately, slightly off the back of Valentine there. Maxi 2 wins in the row, then Prince of D, but Steve, I think, was absolutely incredible in that race. What a race there. Fantastic stuff, as Nikos there was saying, a P9, and I think it was a very good race there for T-Sammy, wasn't it? Really good stuff. Well, it was a difficult race for T-Sammy, wasn't it? But, of course, I feel that this was one track that T-Sammy just couldn't get the groove in, could he? But I think Pino in the end there, he salvaged some points, which I think is what the champion definitely needed, isn't it? As Nikos there said, we'll win the next one, T-Sammy. And, of course, the next race is in China in a week's time now. Is round 4 of IRC Season 8. And PB getting driver today there. Good stuff indeed there for PB. And Gareth saying, great race indeed, and it was a cracking race, wasn't it? Absolutely brilliant stuff. And Steve, what a drive. I think he might be my driver today, to be honest. Maxi, of course, should be a contender as well. He didn't pull a wheel wrong, did he? Absolutely brilliant stuff indeed. And same with sprint as well. How did he salvage? I think he finished 5th at the end, didn't he? Or 6th? It was a brilliant race for sprint. How he salvaged that after it was looking very bleak at one stage, wasn't it? Right, let's take a final look at the classification from the French Grand Prix. T-Sammy also getting fast as well in the end then. Maxi won the race, his second race this season. Steve, drive-through penalties. Drive-through penalty for speeding on the first safety car and a drive-through penalty for jumping the start. Roscoe in 3rd position. 4th was Timmy. 5th was Sprint. Harry in 6th position there. Hogg is 7th then. Matt in 8th position there. T-Sammy is 9th and Valentine in his debut in 10th position. PB 11th position. Was the final classified runner. Retirements, JJ 1 lap away from getting the first points for Williams. Asdog in retired. Penny, Rizzlesticks, Double, Fizzy, Snap, and Sven all retired from the French Grand Prix here in Paul Ricard as well. Brilliant stuff, everyone. Absolutely fantastic indeed then. And just taking a quick look then. Val driver today, first race in the points there from Gareth. And I think that Valentine did a cracking job in such difficult circumstances, didn't he? Really, in qualifying, he looked very good in a full dry car setup, didn't he? I think in the race it was difficult, but how he managed to pull through was absolutely fantastic stuff, Ben. Brilliant stuff indeed, then. Oh my goodness me then. Right then, so that is that for the French Grand Prix. It is an absolutely immense, it really has said indeed then. And we are going to go to China in a week's time. Yes, we are going to China in a week's time. It was absolutely brilliant stuff. Been a brilliant race today. Absolutely fantastic. And we'll be back in a week's time now for the Chinese Grand Prix then. Tomorrow night is the Friday Night League. So, of course, tune in for that one because that one's going to be brilliant. From here, though, it is goodbye.